Live from inside a petri dish in Atlanta's Center for Disease Control, it's the Grandma's Virginity Podcast, episode 34. On this week's really big show, Walking Dead creator Robert Kirkman sits in and tells us how he's rewarded himself for all his successes.
I got on eBay and I bought a binder that had every series of the Garbage Pail Kids cards in it. You know, because that's really all I had.
Yeah.
We're introduced to Flooobers, a brand new Walking Dead character coming in season 2.
Hey, Rick, help me out. I'm going to go run in the forest by myself. Oh, help, zombies.
Oh, Flooobers!
Ryan's neurosis again rears its ugly head.
Oh, man, like this guy's way cooler than me, and he's like calling
Jesus,
me a
what's
schmuck.
going on in your head, Brian?
So wait, now I'm not cooler than you, and it's
well,
okay. So like, what's that
Yeah,
all
what
about?
the hell, Ryan? Jesus
Oh, you're
Christ.
as cool as me.
I'm just
good.
okay.
Plus, listener email, psychic abilities, and a whole farmer's market more. So go slurp up your slappies, because here we go.
Okay, welcome to Grandma's Virginity Podcast, episode 34. With me, as always, is Ryan Ridley
Hey.
and Jackie Buscarino.
Oh, my gosh. Jackie.
Jackie's here.
Whoa. What do we owe the pleasure?
Because Robert Kirkman's here.
And Robert Kirkman's sitting in today.
Yeah.
Hello.
Way to make me feel pressure and stuff like that. You came here because of me? I didn't know that.
Of course.
Well, thank God she's talking, because
Yeah.
she said that she wasn't going to talk.
Well, I thought maybe they just want, to have you to themselves. So I was like, I'll just stay in
Oh,
the
that's
room.
very
Quiet.
nice of you.
Well, I don't understand. What would that look like? Justin just kind of crowding around.
It's happened
Sorry.
before. People have sat in.
Yeah.
People.
Is that a zombie, Justin? Is
Yeah,
what
that was a
is?
mistake.
A
Man.
little thematic.
That's more like it.
I can't get away from it.
Wait, Jackie, first of all, why did you decide to grace us with your presence because of Robert?
Tell us the truth,
So
Jackie.
Big surprise. Because I'm in love with Norman.
Who's Norman?
Well, he plays Daryl. And he was in the Lady Gaga video.
Get in line, lady.
Oh, and I died.
So can you pull any strings for
died.
her, Robert?
Yeah.
Hold on, let me call him real quick.
Yeah.
Do you have his
Just
number?
text him.
He'll be on a date with you tonight.
If you have an iPhone, I can
I
plug
knew
it into
it.
my. Oh shit!
Is he
into my?
Did
is he a
you
real
see-
player?
Did you
How
see
low
the
are his
Lady-
standards? Sorry.
Did you see the Lady Gaga video?
I did see the Lady Gaga video, but I feel like I need to point out that I only saw it because I knew Norman was in it, and I wanted to see how he did and everything. But
Still gay, bro.
He did such a great job.
Yeah,
He
that's
gets
not
his-
cool, man.
He gets his feet washed.
I've seen him do that before. That was nothing. That was nothing new to me. The lipstick thing, nothing new to me.
What is
I
he
haven't
wait,
seen this
is,
video.
Well-
is he playing a Christ-like figure in this? Is
He's
that what's going on?
Judas.
Yeah, he's
Oh.
Judas, and then this other sexy dude is
Oh,
Jesus.
boy.
Jesus,
and
yeah,
they,
a Mexican
they like-
lover.
they-
Lady
With
Gaga's got
cornrows.
like a Madonna
With
ripoff
cornrows.
checklist. Like she's just like going through and crossing off
No,
each one.
I think it's because she just saw like Jesus Christ Superstar or something, and then was
Oh, you don't think she
influenced.
saw that Madonna video?
Never. Like
No?
a prayer,
No,
never.
never. No, not possible.
Who's Madonna? I don't know who
Yeah,
this
who
is.
is that? You're right. She's slowly
like a-
fading out of my memory.
Is she like a Lady Gaga clone or something?
Yeah, totally.
trying
to-
Who had a time machine?
Trying to
apparently.
cash in on all that Gaga heat.
Yeah.
Is he? Can you at least ask or answer one question? Is he a nice person?
He's an extremely nice person.
Okay, that's
Wait,
good.
who's the
I always
character?
hate
Who's
when
the character?
when
He plays
he
Daryl Dixon, the
white trash brother.
the redneck guy that's got
yeah,
the
yeah.
squirrel belt.
Uh-huh. Oh.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. So do you like him as the character looking white trashy? Or do you like him when he's all cleaned up?
That's
and...
Jackie's
It doesn't
type.
matter. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I mean, it doesn't really matter.
I saw some of
But-
Jackie's types the other day, by the way.
Oh.
No, you did not.
All right, listen.
We have a guest here.
Let me make
All
it
right.
clear really quick
By the way,
for
yeah,
anyone that
clarify-
doesn't know.
I mean, unless
Robert
you want to keep
Kirkman-
talking about Lady Gaga.
Robert Kirkman is the creator, writer of the Walking Dead comic book, which then subsequently was developed for television and became Walking Dead, the series for AMC. He also is a comic book writer. He's done a ton of comics, and he's here with us
Justin's
today.
a big fan.
A huge fan.
He's a
Huge
little
fan.
nervous.
I'm a little nervous tonight.
You should be.
Yeah, he's very intimidating. He stares at me angrily.
Are you intimidated by Justin? Because he's the voice of Oscar and Fisher?
Yeah, no.
I have been a fan of Justin at least as long as he's been aware of my work, or if not more. Like I was watching House of Cosby's back in the day.
Which blew my fucking brains open.
Why don't you tell us about the origins of this love story?
Well, I mean, from my side of it, from my side of it, I go to this comic shop called Earth 2, and they had issue 1 of Walking Dead, and I'm like, whoa, what the fuck is this? And then I read the beginning, or I guess the end, or something you wrote, like, this is going to be like a zombie movie, but just it doesn't ever end. It just keeps on going. And I'm like, oh my God, why has no one ever done this? So I bought it, and then I've just had it on my pull list ever since. And I think that was in 2003 or something, like late 2003.
October of 2003.
Okay.
Just saying.
Favorite comic ever, consistently since that date. And then in like 2005, there was an artist who did this really badass drawing of the Lonely Island Cosby characters, the
Cosby Team
Triosby.
Yeah. Well, you don't remember?
Nobody knows.
What's wrong with you?
Nobody knows.
You
Nobody
are a
wants
fan,
to hear it.
Robert.
And
Frequency Cosby?
Yeah. And the drawing was
Toothpaste
fucking
Cosby?
badass. I was like, oh my God, it was the best thing I'd ever seen. Way better than the art that like we did.
It was drawn by Mark Engler.
Yeah. And so I was like, who are you? And he's like, oh, I'm a comic artist. And then he mentioned you. Oh, no, he told me what comics he worked on, and then I realized that you worked with him. And then I'm like, do you know Robert Kirkman?
We
And
did
he's
a
like,
book called Capes together.
Yeah.
Which is available on trade paperback. People should look that up.
Capes.
Yeah, you're not just the creator of Walking Dead.
Yeah, you've
There's
got
a
other
whole-
stuff.
Yeah.
There
Feel
are
free to
so
plug it.
many books for people to buy.
Yeah. And so then I discovered through him that you were a fan of House of Cosby's, and then that's how we got to be in touch. For anyone that gives a shit.
Wait, did you write Robert first, knowing that? Like, hey, I heard
think
you're a fan.
so.
No, you did not. I wrote you first because when the Cosby thing fell apart,
Oh.
of Bill Cosby's lawyers, I heard that there was a script written for the
yeah.
fourth episode that was never made.
Yeah.
The fifth
so-
one,
The
right?
fifth one,
Or
yeah.
fifth
yeah.
one.
I'm a fan
Sorry,
too.
I can't remember everything.
No, believe me, it's fine.
But the seventh episode, I don't know.
Yeah.
And so I emailed you to get that script. And
Yeah.
you sent it to me.
And it
Just-
wasn't. It
just
was
out of the
filibuster.
out of
It
the
was not
blue?
even.
Like, how
yeah.
did he get your email? Was it on the?
Because I think
web-
through.
I think I might have gotten it
Comic
from Mark
site-
Engler.
Yeah. You must have. Yeah. But that script was bad. It was filibuster.
Do you
I
remember?
thought it was hilarious.
Well,
I liked it
wasn't-
a lot.
I was leading to something, and that was sort of
Epic.
a bridge. Yeah, that was like.
It was going to be a whole army of the evil ones versus the good
Yeah,
ones.
yeah.
That wouldn't have been too hard to pull
No, I
off
mean,
in a
all
month.
that Channel
yeah.
101 stuff, like, House of Cosby's and Laser Fart in particular, it always impressed me how much it was like, here's this dumb concept, and then by like the third or fourth episode, you're like, there's a lot of nuance to this, and we're working towards a bigger storyline,
Yeah.
and there's all this other stuff going on, and by the way, here's a subplot, and it's like, what the hell? Like,
Yeah.
they're putting a lot of effort into
A
this
guy
stuff.
who farts lasers out of his ass?
I've gotten in so many fights with pretentious people who refuse to appreciate laser fart.
Laser Fart is awesome.
Yeah.
I wish I was just exposed to Channel 101 this past weekend.
Uh-huh.
And it was
That's
so
you've-
good.
you've
Well,
known us for a year.
I couldn't
That's cool.
believe how polished and like well packaged and like
Yeah.
almost all of them could have been little like mini pilots or something.
Sure,
well,
yeah.
maybe not all of them, but
Jackie.
but
Why don't you fucking submit something?
Yeah.
Make something.
The Who Go Tell Ricky Scrotum, the series.
Oh, that's a really great idea.
Have
Have you ever been to Channel 101? I mean, I know you're on the East Coast. I mean, before you became a superstar.
Never. No, I mean, do they still do them? I don't even know.
Yeah.
Are they
It's a
still?
different-
Are they still
Something
around?
like 10
Yeah.
years or something.
It's a different
Yeah.
generation, though.
Yeah,
I
it's a new
missed out.
generation.
They don't
It's
I'm-
like Saved by the Bell, the
Yeah.
college years.
I'm not interested in this generation.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, there's some
I
good
was,
stuff.
I was in Kentucky. I could never, come out for something like that. I mean, I know I would be coming to town and would want to find out about it, but I didn't.
Yeah.
Didn't get into it.
What do you do? Any cool, crazy Hollywood party things when you're in town?
No. I'm actually here like regularly now, working on the second season. So,
Uh-huh.
so I am technically a Los Angeles resident, and the answer to your question is not really. Like I've gone to a couple of screenings and like a premiere, but as far as like Hollywood parties, like I guess I just don't get
Isn't
invited
this the
to that
worst,
stuff.
shittiest city ever? I
Don't
fucking
say
hate
that.
it here. I envy you that you
Don't say
like a
that.
lot, like everyone has to come here and they're just clawing to climb this dream ladder to like get to this fucking goal, and everyone's angry because most people haven't gotten to that goal and they're bitter, and it's just like all the women here are like just
All of
trying
them.
to like fucking get some
They're Jezebels.
unrealistic.
That's
Yeah, they're-
not true.
and-
I'm from here.
and here you had
Shut
Hollywood
up.
come to you, like you're in Kentucky, this beautiful, mellow rural area, and you've got a wife and kids, you got all that shit locked down, and then you don't have to deal with any of these fucking women here, and like
You want his life, don't you, Justin?
Shit.
accidentally hit something.
Hide the drugs. Hide the
It's
stuff.
the he wants his life alarm.
But anyways.
He wants his life.
No, get it all out, Justin. Go
Yeah,
for it.
yeah.
No, this is
okay?
Justin.
We're here
Justin,
for you,
no,
man.
I'm telling you, this
This
is
is
what Justin
true.
wants. He wants to like move out somewhere in the boonies with his subservient wife. That's he doesn't want
A
a wife
couple
with
of kids.
any ambition at all. He just wants a wife.
I just
to
want a wife
raise
who's
kids.
happy.
Yeah.
I just want
Oh,
a.
That's what he said. He doesn't want a
What
wife
is
with any
this?
ambition.
I want a wife who is content with
can't
living
speak.
and being taken care of. Like I want a wife who's content,
Uh-huh.
not a wife who's like I want to be a musician. I want to be a fucking director. I want to be a whatever the fuck
So
it is.
you want a wife that has no ambition whatsoever?
kind of, yeah. Who's like, you
No
know what I want to
purpose.
do? Here's what
Sure
I
to go on
want
an
I want
existential
to wake
death.
up this morning.
Yeah.
That's what I want to do.
No. Here's what she's gonna
What's
say.
on
You
this
want,
afternoon?
Justin?
I want to eat some lunch.
My wife is going to say, I want to cook a really tasty meal for my husband today. That's going to make me feel good. That's what I want.
God.
And that's her, like, I want to clean the kitchen today
So
and take care of the kids.
I think that you should edit this part out of the episode, or you will be single for the rest of your life.
I'm going to be
know,
single for the
Justin,
rest of my
why
life.
don't
You don't want that.
Anyways.
You don't want that woman.
Yeah, he
No,
does.
you're right.
on.
No, you're
He
right.
does.
You're right. No, you're probably right. You're probably right. I'd be bored to tears
No.
with her.
Well, the other thing about that woman is that every time you wanted to do anything, they'd be like, "Well, where are you going? I'm just here cooking you dinner. Like, why don't we?"
Oh, you're right.
You gotta have a woman that's got shit to do.
But that's when you beat her. When she starts asking
forgot-
questions.
I forgot that
smack
part of
yeah,
back
there's
Justin's,
at her.
fantasy.
there's that
Yeah.
option. Yeah. I mean,
Duh.
that's the total. That's
But
totally.
that's what you do for recreation. That's not what she does for recreation.
Yeah, you hit her really hard.
I feel like, Justin, I want you to experience every one of these fantasies you have in like some sort of Tales from the Crypt Twilight Zone, because it's like they'd always be great for the first act, and then there'd be a turn like, I'll do anything.
No, you know what?
want,
That's a
Justin.
really good
Anything
idea.
You should star in
want."
It's a Wonderful Life too.
Yeah. No, that's a brilliant idea. I should just do stories of like relationships. Just
Yeah.
me dating every type of woman I can
I think
imagine.
you just get bored really easily.
No,
think
I
that's
always
his-
would. I mean,
yeah.
that would
No,
always
no,
be
I'm saying now,
the end of the
even.
second act would be
Now.
me being really bored and then having to like figure out how I'm gonna not break this girl's heart by dumping her.
Yeah, you don't ask me what I want to eat tonight. Wait, make whatever you want.
Well, I'm going out. I know I normally don't like going anywhere, but ever since I've gotten with
Hey.
you, I feel like trapped, and I need to go out and party.
Have
even
you
though
seen the
I,
show American Idol? Don't you want to be on the show American Idol? Don't you want to be an actress?
Don't
do
you have any
something?
aspirations at all that are unrealistic and impossible?
Get some
and-
headshots, will you?
Try
I'll
your
go to
hardest.
your one-man show.
Yeah, no, that'll happen. Yeah,
So it sounds like what you want is a woman with talent. A woman that is actually good at the thing she's trying
No,
to
then
do,
he'll
so
feel
it's not that much of a
threatened.
struggle.
Yeah.
And he'll
that's-
feel
No,
threatened
hold
and
on, hold on.
jealous.
Hey, so I'm
Jealous.
getting the sense that you're really screwed up, and that's unfortunate. I just
Yeah,
wanted
I'm
to say
I'm a
that.
mess.
That's very sad.
I'm a mess. Yeah,
It's very sad because
It's
you're
true.
a fun guy to hang out with.
It's-
Like
yeah.
I like you. I would
I-
think that you would do well with women. But what
He
I'm
does.
hearing now,
Yeah.
I do kind of.
I don't know. It's
But no,
kind
he-
of hearing
he
otherwise.
does up until the relationship starts.
Oh,
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, it's always great for the first few months,
Do you
and
and
then
Jackie have like a pact? Are you
that?
are you single? You guys
Yeah.
getting married in like 5 years?
Oh,
if you
no,
guys
no,
aren't
no.
with somebody
Yeah.
else?
that whole
Yes,
Seinfeld
yes.
thing.
Yeah.
No,
I don't
no,
know.
no way.
Let's
Okay.
say yes because it upsets Ryan, though. Remember? Yes, Justin.
Well,
it could be a
because-
three-way pact. It's, you could do like a
Ew.
Charlie Sheen thing.
we could just trade off.
Wait, where Jackie's goddess is?
No, I'll trade off.
You guys would just be gods.
No, let me trade off. So one week I'm with Jackie, and the next I'm with you.
You guys got to do every other
Be
day.
great.
You
Yeah,
can't
yeah,
do
yeah,
a
every
week
other
off.
day.
That's
Wait,
just-
you're with
that's
me?
selfish.
Yeah, you
I
know.
don't understand.
Well, I mean,
it goes. Oh, so everyone
Oh, wait.
shares. Everyone shares.
oh, I didn't realize.
I'm
Jackie-
glad that I could come here and fix you guys.
Now everybody
That was my
thinks that
goal.
Jackie and I have sexual tension, and you know what? It was electric at the Channel 101 screening. Jackie, did you feel it?
I didn't
I
notice
didn't
it.
even know. I didn't know you were there.
Jackie
until the
was
very
just
end.
really?
running around avoiding us all
That
night.
is not true.
That's how I
We
felt.
had a nice chat.
Yeah, I guess so. For 2 seconds.
Jackie looked good, didn't she,
Ew.
Justin?
No, not really. Just being honest.
Well,
Here's what I want to know, Robert. Because when earlier today, I don't think I'm telling tales out of school. You guys were really getting enthusiastic about the Transformers in here.
Oh yeah,
You're a genuine fan of the Transformers.
yeah. When Robert first got here, it was
Yeah.
we had a lot to talk about. My Transformers on the wall, and you know, I'll just say this: you haven't even seen my
You
most
ain't seen nothing
prized
yet.
Transformer.
What do you have? Which one you got?
Well,
You
my
got the-
favorite is Soundwave, but it's
you get the original.
well, what it is it's a design of. It's exactly the same as the original,
I've
but
seen
it's
those.
yeah. I love it.
Wait,
Yeah.
I thought you said you were getting rid of all of your toys this
I'm
week.
getting rid of a lot
you
of
were
shit.
saying that to a girl to impress her
When? Who?
at Channel
I don't think I'm
101.
getting rid of a lot of my toys.
What
and
girl?
versus a girl.
Hey, babe.
Wait, what? What was it? What girl?
I had 400, but I'm going down to 100.
Wait,
it's
wait.
it's going to be much more
Please.
It was
manageable.
something like
Details.
that.
What girl was it?
I just remember off to the side you were telling
Was
a
it Jessica
girl
Biel?
like you were selling your toys and whatever, and she was like, "Oh my God, let me know." And you were like, "Yeah, I'm cleaning it. I'm cleaning
oh
it all
God,
out."
that was Julie Collins. Like that. Like
Oh, Julie. Oh.
Yeah.
What?
I don't
Come
know
on.
who that is. She looked cute.
Yeah, but she's like
dating-
I've known her for years. She's a friend of mine, and she's been in a very serious
Were you trying
relationship.
to sell her your toys?
Well, I was like telling her I'm gonna clean out and get rid of a bunch of shit, and she makes like props and stuff. So I'm like, if you want a bunch of my shit to repurpose for,
Oh well, I don't
Sounds
see
like a
you
love
getting
connection.
anything
she worked on
together.
Wonder Shows, and she made a ton of the puppets on Wonder Shows.
I
and
just was saying I haven't seen anything.
She's like a prop-
downsized
a
or-
prop-
you're
There's
not getting rid of
a
anything.
dent. Look at that shelf right there, Jackie.
yeah, those two shelves.
Oh, where'd you move it all to? That's what my
that-
mom
is
you
that-
like
does.
to know?
Is that an Obi-Wan ghost bobblehead?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. I got it
Oh,
for
wait,
like
wait.
$1.
And
So-
that's the thing that stayed on that shelf? You were like, oh, I'm not getting rid of this one.
No, I'm gonna get rid of that.
And
believe
why
me.
don't you consolidate with the shelf that also
I'm
only
not
has
done.
one
It's
thing
a
on
work
it?
in progress, Ryan. I'm not
Man.
done.
Is that a critter?
Yeah, what is
Oh yeah. Oh no, that little
a
furry
mogwai?
ball. No, that's the dog from Dark Crystal, Fizzgive or whatever.
Yeah.
Fizzgit.
Fizzgive.
Yeah.
Wait, now you can buy any toy you've ever dreamed of, huh?
Yeah, come on. Just start. Look, let's start the bidding at
Any
$100.
toy
No,
Yes.
like what's
Ever
something
dreamed
now
of.
like
I thought-
that you
I thought
didn't
it
feel
was-
bad, like something a really special purchase, like that you're like, I don't feel bad buying
fuck
this, and I've
this.
wanted it my whole life,
Yeah.
and now I can
Now
get
that
it.
now that you've I presume you have a fairly steady flow of income. Is there any product or item or big ticket thing that you've always fancied that you splurged on?
I
A Porsche.
I will say, well, I don't know if I want to tell this story.
No, come on.
Well, no, we were having a big dinner to celebrate the first season of Walking Dead, and the president of AMC was there, and Frank Darabont, who we all know is a wealthy, successful director, and they were talking about their car collections.
Oh God.
And we got one of these and one of these, and the president of AMC looked at me and was like, so have you gotten anything good, since we started the show? And I said, I got on eBay and I bought a binder that had every series of the Garbage Pail Kids cards in it. Because that's really all I had.
yeah. That's
So-
amazing.
So that was my big purchase.
That's awesome.
And he I think he patted me on the head, but if he didn't, it felt like he did.
Tapped his
that's
cigar
hilarious.
ash.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're
But they were made by Mercedes.
Yeah, we're cut from the same cloth. That's the kind of shit I would like. That's an expensive purchase. I think series
Really?
1 and 2. Yeah, series 1 and 2 are fucking expensive.
It was well, series 1 and 2 were running for like I could talk about eBay for a minute, but they were running for like $150 a piece or something.
the whole- wow,
Yeah, for
okay.
like the series 1, just series 1.
You
Oh.
mean for,
And
you
I
mean
was-
for one card?
No, for the-
like
the complete
one,
set.
The
Oh,
set.
oh, oh.
Yeah.
There's like 15 series, I think.
Yeah, it's
and
ridiculous.
so season 1 was like $150, and I was like, I'm not gonna buy that. That's just too crazy.
Wait a minute, I have a show.
I'm cheap.
Yeah,
But so I'm gonna be washed up in like 3 years. I'm planning
No,
for
no,
that.
no.
Say that.
But
That's not true.
no, it's doing podcasts like this. It's gonna happen. Don't worry.
You're not
But,
protecting your
overexposure.
credibility here.
Yeah.
So, but I found this guy that was selling a binder of all 15 series for like $300.
Oh man, that's a
and
deal
so
right there.
yeah, and I did the math.
But there
and I
were
think it
cum
was
stains
like,
on them and like shit.
No, they
marks.
were all in perfect condition except
Oh.
for one that was drenched in blood. No, they were all fine.
drenched in virgin 9-year-old blood.
I felt
that-
bad for the guy
card
too
could
because his whole
end the
entry
world.
was like, "This is one of my most prized possessions, but I really need the money. I hope it goes
Oh
to
my
someone
God.
that's
Got a
gonna
drug
take care of
addiction.
it," and-
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you-
it was great though because he had the actual like packs that the cards come in.
Oh,
he
like
had one of
stuffed in
those
the-
stuffed into
Oh,
each
of
one.
course,
So as
of
you're flipping
course,
through the
man.
binder, you go, "Oh, now I'm in series 2. Here's what the packs
Oh
look
my
like."
god,
Wow.
are the cards
It's
in
an-
really like nice? Oh my
Yeah,
god.
they're in like perfect condition.
Wow. Well,
and-
that's
yeah.
not even like that's a no-brainer because you could break them up and make money off of that. So that's not even like, we're talking-
exactly what I did.
like I'm talking more like I bought a fucking like an $8,000 remote control Raptor
Just
helicopter.
immediate buyer's remorse. You're like, oh my god, what did I do? I spent $300 on this. Oh.
I wrote the guy back and I was like, I understand this is your most prized possession. I really feel bad about you selling these. I just want you to know that I am buying them so that I can urinate on them.
I'm gonna wipe my ass with each card for the next.
Like if they sold for 300,
Throw in
did
a
you give them like
bonus.
400?
What is it, the mailman at
No.
Christmas?
Yeah. What are you talking about?
Come on,
Yeah,
just say
no,
yes.
This is business, woman.
Yeah.
That would be somewhat insulting, is what I tell myself, so that I don't feel bad about not doing that.
Yeah, that's
Have you
ridiculous.
stopped tipping waitresses now too?
No, I tip people.
I always tip $1 for every,
No
t-
matter
to,
how
to
much
make
you
sure,
spend.
because I don't want them to get mad at me. You got to at least tip them $1.
Yeah, I had the experience the other day where I had the friend who didn't tip enough, and I wanted to, actually, he didn't tip anything to a valet, and I wanted to kind of go.
Oh, I do that a lot.
I couldn't do it.
Only when I'm going to like
if the
Mosaic.
valet is really expensive, and then I'm like, they're charging me $15,
no, that's
and
his.
then I'm like,
That's his rationale.
I
yeah,
hate
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But if it's
Whenever I go to
it's
my management,
affordable.
I don't tip. Do you tip at Mosaic when you leave? I
Yeah.
never tip.
because
And
it's the people who work there that they're not. It's not like William Valderrama's parking your car.
Is that bad? Is that bad of me not to tip?
Yeah.
Oh, I should do that. Okay.
I don't like I don't like doing math. I'm not too good at it.
Yeah.
And since I am doing okay, when I go to restaurants now, I tip like a flat $10.
Okay, okay.
Just 'cause I'm like, these people,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
need the money more than me. Like, whatever.
Wait, what if the bill is like $200?
But that's what I'm saying. Like, sometimes I go to a really expensive place and I'll write 10 sometimes on accident. And I'm like, crap. And I gotta fix it.
Force of
But,
habit.
And you're
but
like,
yeah.
you should have gotten a job at a diner, buddy.
Yeah,
Sorry.
so like in a situation where I should have tipped like $3, I'd throw an extra $7
Yeah,
on there
yeah,
to
yeah.
even out the math.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
yeah.
I had
But
a
then
friend who-
the waiters at like nice restaurants are usually assholes anyway.
Yeah,
so it's
yeah,
fine.
yeah. And they definitely make bank at those
Yeah.
places.
That's true.
Yeah. And
They're always
they'll
dressed
remember
nicer,
you.
I've noticed.
Uh-huh.
They're always wearing ties and
Yeah.
stuff, so they must be
Yeah,
doing
that's
well.
where they're getting their money
Right?
from. That's where they're getting the ties from. Is all the fucking money they rip off.
I
from
would
people.
think that the rich people would be really cheap and wouldn't tip very well at these fanciful restaurants. And that's why they're rich.
No, they're trying to impress the other people they're
Welcome
with.
to the
If they were
fanciful
eating,
restaurant.
Yeah.
See the waterfall?
Oh, how can I help you today? We have on the menu fanciful grapes and meat. And that's
Sweet
it.
meat.
It's true though. Like my stepmom was a security guard for like Saudi Arabian prince and princess, and she said they never tipped. They were like billionaires, like worth
With a B in
30
case.
billion, $100 billion, whatever.
They tip garbage pail with garbage
yeah,
pail
Frank
kids.
Darabont
No.
doesn't tip.
Are you serious?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
He's
I don't
actually-
even
he's
know
a very
who
nice
that
guy.
is.
Oh man.
Mega bomb
The guy-
exclusive.
Maybe this is what's going to get our podcast on the map.
Yeah.
He's the
You
guy,
heard it here
he's the guy
first.
that wrote and directed the pilot of The Walking Dead and is like the showrunner.
And
He
Shawshank
directed
Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption and The Green
Oh,
Mile
awesome.
and The
Yeah,
Mist.
he's a good guy to have on your show. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah.
I mean, in
Oh.
general,
You want me to-
the collective you.
You want me to try and make that happen? Is that what you're saying? He's a good guy to have on your show. Wink, wink.
Can you give me a good word over?
He seems
pass
like
it
a
over?
funny guy, actually. I've seen him in behind the scenes stuff.
He would never come here.
No.
Yeah, no.
No, he would take one. He'd take 1 foot. And he'd get 1 foot in the door, and he'd go, "Nice Transformers, asshole," and he'd leave.
What
Like
if I
Jackie's
what
dad.
if I had a brand new like shiny red Porsche in the middle of the room?
Wait.
And we all sat around it. Then he'd come and do the show. And we had to kind of look over the top of the car.
I can't. He doesn't like Porsches, as I recall.
Oh,
I like the
okay.
idea of Frank Darabont actually still coming to Justin's house and coming as far as the doorway.
What
and
if it was
looking
like a really nice, all original parts, fancy souped up Model T from like the olden times?
You're getting Jay Leno on the show.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
That
And Jay Leno was sitting inside of it, but he
Oh.
wasn't allowed to talk.
Penis inside or outside of his pants.
Intermittently, like throughout the show, he would sort of like
It's penis time.
there'd be a little clock, and every time a certain amount of time passed, he would switch. He would take it out and put it back in.
Oh wait, I have a question. How old are your kids now?
5 and 2.
Now, do you let the 5-year-old watch any of the episodes, or is
No.
it too
Jesus,
scary?
Jackie.
No,
Well,
I mean,
do they know? Do they know what you do?
Jackie can't read the comic. I mean, Justin can't read the comic.
Well, no,
Yeah,
I don't.
keeps
I'm
him
not.
up.
No, it's. I made it clear.
Well,
I don't.
maybe they can
It's not
watch
because I'm afraid.
the funny parts.
because it's a good comic, and I get excited.
hey, son, come in here. I would like you to watch 45 seconds of this TV show.
Yeah.
Okay, here. Okay, go.
It's the comic relief reel.
Yeah, that- yeah. Yeah. When, by the way, when are you going to introduce the crazy zany comic relief character? You know, hey boy, there's a zombie apocalypse happening. Woohoo!
It's season 2, episode 1.
I like to eat shit and drink cum. Hello, zombie apocalypse. Hey, there's a zombie apocalypse going on.
Oh,
Run!
Flooobers.
I thought you said zombie pile of lips.
Hey, there's a zombie pile of lips. Hey, Rick. Help me out. I'm going to go run in the forest by myself. Oh, help, zombies.
Oh, Floobers. You're all.
Floobers.
Oh, I hate that we love you so much.
Oh,
Let's go get
Floobers.
him, guys.
Yeah, he's like after a main character gets killed, he's like, oh, I guess somebody got killed. Who wants to eat cum? Woo, and drink shit. I'm Floobers. Oh, Floobers, how can we be sad when you're around? A main character was killed, but consarn
Do they
it.
refer to themselves as the main character?
Yeah, they do that.
Damn it!
When there's
Another main character has been killed.
Yeah, when there's lesser characters that die, they say, "Oh well, at least it wasn't one of the main
Yeah,
characters."
this guy's only been in he only showed up like an episode ago, so who cares?
That was a bit of a cop out, but
Yeah.
we'll keep going.
No, that's one thing I
I
love
had
about
a
the
feeling
show.
his arc was going to be limited.
Yeah, no, that's what I love about the show is in the comic too is that you'll without spoiling anything, but you'll kill fucking massively main characters without any you don't give a fuck. You're just like, all right, they're dead now.
Who's going to be killed in season 2?
Rick.
Well,
Do you have all say on the music that you pick and stuff? It's always so good.
no, I think that's mostly Frank, and then Bear McCreary might have a hand in that. I mean, he does the scoring and
picks.
stuff. Yeah. No, I didn't have anything. I am very happy. I recommended the Dirty Three, which is a band that Nick Cave does soundtrack stuff with. I recommended them to Frank Darabont, and he really likes them, and I think he's going to try and get some of that music in the second
Have
season.
you ever heard of the Clean
Which
Three?
I don't know if I can say that. I don't know.
The Clean
Whatever.
Three, they're great.
Oh, I didn't even think about
the
that.
Clean Three, not quite as
They're
good.
just they're like the Dirty Three, but they're very clean.
But they're way dirtier. They're ironic.
Ironically, they're covered in
Justin,
dirt.
you have a sound effect you maybe can hit right now? Because I think... Thank you.
All right, yeah, I've been light on the sound effects lately.
What I want to know, though, is...
Wait, can we get back to the kids
No,
thing?
please, more fart noises. I
With
like
your
this.
kids, here's the other thing you probably shouldn't do. I'm just gonna give you some advice with your kids. And I know
Please give me advice.
you're in Southern California, so you're gonna be tempted. Don't take your kids to Disneyland.
Tempted.
Why?
They're too young.
I've already done that.
5-year-old
It's gonna
will love
fuck
it.
their head. I was walking around Disneyland and I'm seeing these little tiny babies on Pirates of the Caribbean and these fucking crazy rides, and I'm like, this is why I'm fucked up, because my parents drug me around as this impressionable, and I'm seeing this crazy fucking shit that we evolved as humans, and we're not supposed to see shit like that when we're young. It's gonna get in their head.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about these fucking insane you're floating through a fucking firefight between pirates and
You're
there's
right. You're exactly right.
I mean, it's insane, and these babies are just looking around what the and it's just going into their heads, and don't take your kids there.
Don't let them put Disneyland in your baby's head.
Wait until they're 8.
Well, let me
9,
let me
maybe.
He's been trying to say something.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I came
Sorry.
here to listen. Let me reinforce your insanity. I took my son and my daughter, but she's very young, so she doesn't count.
But still,
to Disney
especially
World
counts.
when my son was 4.
Okay.
Yeah, 2 stories. So they have the dinosaur. They have a dinosaur ride at Disney World. I don't know if they have it at Disneyland.
they don't.
But it's based on that Dinosaurs movie that came out 8
Oh,
years ago.
yeah. Okay.
It's got the
Oh,
nice
that
looking
movie
dinosaur.
sucked.
Yeah, it was awful. With the smiling heads and stuff. It's got a big statue of that in front of it. And it says, ride features animatronic dinosaurs may be scary for some children. And so I'm like, whatever, it'll be fine. That's fine. And my son's tall enough to ride it, and so we hop on. And what I don't realize, they have those fake scenarios while you're waiting in line.
Oh,
and this
yeah.
guy's like, I stole a time machine and I'm going back in time, but we're not going to go back in time to where the meteor killed the dinosaurs. I promise. So we're going to go back in time. Get on the ride.
God.
And you go back in time in a time machine, and it's not the dinosaurs from that movie. It's real
big
giant dinosaurs. And when you come there, you arrive at night, and he comes over the loudspeaker and is like, oh my God, the meteor's coming. I'm sorry. So the only time you see anything is when loud ass thunder and lightning is going off.
Oh my God.
And
So
you're
it's just terrifying.
you're going around corners, and then the lights flash, and it's a Tyrannosaur, or like a T-Rex and Triceratops and stuff growling at you.
that's horrible.
It was terrifying for me. Now, my 4-year-old son basically turned into a wild animal.
Yeah,
he
a
was just
frantic.
and he couldn't move and
Forgot all the words he'd learned in the last 2 years.
So I'm cradling him and whispering into his ear it's gonna be over soon. It's gonna be over soon. Don't move. Don't move. Keep your eyes closed.
person
I'm
on acid.
covering his ears and telling him that it's
Yeah.
gonna be fine. And we
a-
get off the ride, and they've got this photo thing. Hey, we took a photo of you on the ride. and it's me like cradling my son like we're about to get murdered.
Oh
and
my
it was just
God,
awful.
amazing.
I hope you bought it.
Yeah, did you buy it or at least take a photo of it with your phone or something?
No, I was too pissed.
Okay.
I threw some
Fuck
stuff,
this.
and yeah, I beat up Mickey Mouse. So then that's the second story. We rode the Buzz Lightyear ride, and he loves Toy Story.
Yeah.
Okay, but the Buzz Lightyear ride, you get in a spaceship, and you have these laser guns, and
Yeah.
you're supposed to be shooting aliens that are attacking your
Yeah,
ships.
yeah.
And at one point, like towards the end of the ride, Buzz Lightyear says, "Okay, space cadets, we're going out into deep space to fight the evil Emperor Zurg." And you go through a hallway where it goes pitch black, and then there are stars shooting around you.
Oh, yeah.
And it's like, okay, we're going to deep space. My son starts screaming, "We're going into space! Why? I want to go home!" He thought we were actually going out into
Oh, it's
space.
so real.
So
That's too much for kids.
And I had to say, it's fake. It's fake. You know, it's not.
It's fake. Like everything else in your life, you're going to discover. When he's in therapy and he's like 30, he'll be like, I just remember we were going into space. And like, wait, what are you talking about? I guess.
And that's why I'm a transsexual.
That's why
I spent the rest of the ride saying, "This is a ride. We're in a cart. We're in a room. We're on a track.
We're on
not.
Earth."
We're not in." And there's like lasers shooting by the whole time, and I'm like, "This is all fake. It's all fake. It's not. We're not in space. I swear. We're gonna go through doors at the end. And we're still in Disney World."
I guess that's kind of adorable.
How long before he was calm? Like, was it like hours later?
No, it was. He was waiting in line to.
Yeah, immediately when they got off, he's like, "Oh shit, whoo, boy."
Yeah.
What was
well,
I
kids are
thinking?
resilient.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Thank God.
What
okay.
are you going to tell him about Santa Claus when he asks?
We're gonna lie to him. No, I have
I'm gonna
friends
put him
that
on a
are like,
ride
I
for
don't
the
like
origin of
lying to
Santa
my
Claus.
kids, and we're not gonna tell them about Santa Claus. And I think that's a little ridiculous.
Well, I think that's why I'm not religious, because of the Santa Claus thing.
Well, I'm not telling them about Jesus, which let me tell you what is difficult.
What do you
very,
mean?
Very difficult. Well,
Why?
he came up to me one day, and I shouldn't be talking about this, but I'm not a religious person, so
It's
I'll just
fine,
I'll just
whatever.
leave it at that.
To each their own.
But
we respect everyone's
Before
right
you
to
said you
believe
should be saying this, you
anything.
told us the Garbage Pail Kid story.
Yeah,
so.
That's true. But yeah, I mean, I'm just not a religious dude. Like whatever.
That's fine.
And so my son comes to me one day and he says, "Am I gonna die?"
Oh.
And I go, yeah, you're gonna die. And he goes, "Are you gonna die?" And I go,
heavy
"Yeah,
shit.
I'm gonna
Like,
die."
no, I'm not, but you are.
No, I go, "I'm gonna die. Your mom's
No, we're gonna
die.
live
Like,
forever.
We're all gonna die. Like
Yeah.
everybody dies. It's just a natural part of life." Because
Yeah.
I'm like, let's do this. Like he's
Yeah,
old
yeah,
enough to
yeah,
understand
yeah.
the conversation. Might
Let's
as well
do
just throw this
this,
out
man.
there.
Oh my
I'm just gonna
God.
go for it because I didn't want to lie to him.
Yeah.
Was there a
'cause-
moment, like a thought, you're like,
Oh,
fuck
I get to it. Don't worry.
okay.
So he, because I'm thinking like, your little kid, like they exist in the world around you, and
Yeah.
so they hear your conversations, and so you can't lie to them about
Yeah,
that kind of
yeah,
stuff because
yeah.
it's going to come up. And so I get into this conversation with him where he's like, "Well, when are you going to die?" And I'm like, "I won't die till I'm really old." And he's like, "But don't some people die like soon?" 'Cause I think he's got like friend. And I'm like, "Well, sometimes people die from accidents and stuff, but most people don't die until they're really old. And you'll be way older than me by the time you die, and I'm old now, but I'll be even older, and it's not something to worry about, right?" It's a good 15 minutes of this, and he's like not scared, but he's just looking at me confused and keeps asking more questions that are worse and worse. And at one point, I almost said, "But we're all going to go to heaven, and it's going to be great, and everyone will be there, and it's not a big deal, so
shit.
don't worry." But I stopped myself just short of doing that. But
You probably should have done that.
Maybe.
I mean, just give the kid something. I mean, he sounds like me, like
Wait,
a week ago.
How did it end? Like,
I told him that we were all going to have worms eating our bodies.
Did you really?
No, I didn't tell him that. No, it ended with a bright color moving by the room and him getting distracted. I mean,
thank God.
He's young.
Which is the same way that Justin gets out of his existential ruts.
Yeah, I see a.
And he's fine.
Look at that bright red ball.
It hasn't come up. So he was
no.
good.
Your son sounds
that's
pretty
the-
deep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's pretty awesome.
yeah. That's the way I was. I was like, me and your son are.
Don't tell me that.
We're the same way. Yeah, get ready, because
Do you have your parents' phone number so that I can find out what they did and do the opposite?
You can
Yeah.
listen to our podcast.
Yeah, there's an episode
featuring his
that
parents,
covers a
where
lot
we
of
ask them, "What did you do to create this?"
Yeah.
and they're like, "Whatever he wanted us to
Yeah.
do."
Yeah,
Yep.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Not 100%, but
Well,
wait. What were you gonna ask when I interrupted you to get back to the Disneyland?
I don't know. I kind of want to ask this thing that I I always think about like you seem like you're a pretty normal dude. You're kind of like you're like
It's a lot of
us.
effort for him to.
Well, you don't know what I'm wearing under these clothes. So.
But you're like kind of like the rest of us. You're like a nerdy regular guy. But then you just got whisked into this big Hollywood experience in the last couple of years. Is it difficult to keep it real?
Oh, gross.
No.
What
Hold
has
on.
this become?
No. I'm
It's
just
not
kidding. No.
okay.
No, what I want to know is it like because this is what I was thinking. Does it make you uncomfortable like being around people? Because what Hollywood is I think it's all the people who run Hollywood are all the popular people from high school, and the people who make stuff are all the nerdy people.
That's
and
true.
I feel like,
believe that.
do you when you're interacting with the people who are like all dressed and giving you like, love your show, big fan? How do you deal with that?
Yeah, I mean,
Does your
Politely?
skin
I
crawl?
don't know. No, well, I gotta say, I don't know. Even meeting the so-called popular people that like run Hollywood, like they all seem fairly nice, and maybe that's just because they're nice to me. I don't know. It's it's okay. I mean, I don't know. It's definitely weird. I get too many compliments. I will say that. Like
Do you kinda go
I
like,
don't like. I don't take compliments well, and I don't usually agree with them. Like I feel like. I mean, that's the definition of an asshole when someo's like, "Oh, your work's really good," and you think to yourself, "Yeah, it is." Isn't it? You know, like,
yeah.
You know,
Tell me something I don't know.
yeah, but it really makes me uncomfortable because everyone is like really flattering and really nice all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah.
You know, like people that don't even know me.
Yeah.
And,
Robert,
that I don't like.
you look really pretty.
Yeah, see, that honestly, like if someone walked around all day and were like, your shirt looks really nice, your hair looks really nice. Oh, the way that you're wearing those shoes is really cool. Like. Sometimes when I'm at these functions and stuff, that's what it's like.
Are
and
you like the belle of the
I
ball?
guess
These
it's,
things?
I guess it's weird that I complain about that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But no, I get it. I mean, it's
Yeah.
uncomfortable because you just don't want to see. You don't. It's hard to handle that shit because like there's no real good way to respond. Like, how do you respond? Like,
no, you can't even have a conversation with them because it's like, oh, I really like your work. Thanks.
yeah, exactly.
You know,
Thank you.
Really, no, that one issue
Thank
was really
you.
good.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You know?
Exactly.
Oh, and the show is going so well. Thank you. Like I don't know.
Yeah.
So.
There's nothing.
Like every now and then, believe it or not, someone comes up to us at an event and says, "I like your podcast," and it's the same thing. I don't know what to say.
I don't believe you.
No,
yeah, he's full of shit. He's lying.
You know what Jackie always
Doesn't happen.
says?
You're right.
What
it
do
doesn't
I
happen.
say?
Whiny listen.
You listen to that
shit.
shit.
Why?
Yeah.
I listen to your podcast.
well,
It's
I-
very
You
good.
do?
I like it. Yeah.
Regularly?
I'm a
Hey,
subscriber
easy.
on iTunes.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
that reminds me.
I'm a little behind, I will say.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Hey, believe me.
Jackie is only up to
According to our
episode 4.
numbers, there's a lot of people who are a little behind.
Yeah.
I'm up to
Well,
5.
that should we even address? Because you play a key role in our early mythology. The famous episode where I had a meltdown based on your email. Remember that?
Oh yeah. No,
I don't even
recall
remember
I
that.
don't remember that.
Really? Way back in episode 7?
No, I don't remember.
Believe me.
Yeah, because he was fucking joking and he said like, "Oh boy."
Remember, and it set me on this. And then when we had dinner, you were like, "Are you okay, man?"
Oh.
Because before I met you, I thought like Justin was always talking about you. Like, I mean, he wouldn't stop.
Always
Robert
talking
Kirkman,
about me,
Robert
huh?
Kirkman.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
you know, and I pictured for some reason you're going to be like this like very serious guy with like fashionable horn rim glasses and very soft spoken and
There's
serious.
really
and,
nothing
like,
about me that's fashionable. I gotta say.
like I feel like some guy from like
when,
New York.
when fat
and,
comes back in, I'll be good to go. But until then,
I thought you could, because like you write a horror comic, so that you'd be this like intimidating, serious guy. Like I get into the
Thank
go to
God
the
he's
dark
not.
places in humanity.
Thank God.
And then when I met you, like so when I imagined that guy writing those emails, I was like, oh man, like this guy's way cooler than me, and he's like calling me a
Jesus,
schmuck.
what's going on in your head, Brian?
so wait, now I'm not cooler than you, and it's
well,
okay. So like, what's that
Yeah,
all
what
about?
the hell, Ryan? Jesus
Oh, you're
Christ.
as cool as me.
Oh,
I'm
good.
just, okay.
Good
Well, no,
save.
no.
He always acts like a total freak show whenever any like semi-celebrity or famous person comes
Oh,
in the
But
room.
as long
total
as
freak
as long
show.
as
You
meeting
do.
as long as meeting me brought your opinion of me down, that's what's important.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
then we went out after that dinner, me, you, and John Roy,
Yep.
to the Mel's, and we were just like talking about masturbation stories.
Mostly masturbation
Yeah.
stories
I
like,
was
for
like,
like 2
oh,
hours.
all right, this is cool.
I can
Look,
relate.
I'm saying that because Dan Harmon, who I've been friends with for 7 years, I'm intimidated by him still. And so I thought, Robert
truth
Kirkman's going
comes
to
out.
intimidate me. And then, like, we're just, like, casual, chilling out, regular
The
guy
hell did I-
conversation.
What did I do wrong? I thought I was intimidating. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, you need to.
I've got to
you need
get Dan Harmon on the phone and find out what it is he's doing.
Yeah, you got to figure that out. So I have some comic book related questions I want to ask you.
Oh God!
Now listen, I'm going
Oh.
to try to keep it broad, so it's not too nerdy and whatever.
No,
And
please.
It has more to do with your beginning. And the stuff that I want to know, and you
Your
probably have
humble
covered
origins.
this countless times, but so your first comic was Battle Pope, right?
It was.
Was that self-published?
It was.
And did you and Tony Moore, right?
Yes.
Okay, did you guys, how did you meet him? How did you know him?
We had 7th grade social studies
Oh,
together.
fuck. So this goes back way back in the day. Okay,
Yes.
so you
Also,
guys...
I also met my wife in 7th grade. It was a big
What?
deal.
Whoa, Jesus.
We didn't start dating until like after high school, but I knew her. Like we went to
Wow,
the same
that's
school.
fucking awesome. Okay, well, you lucked out geographically. Good. God bless you for that. So were you guys always like tinkering around, writing, and he was drawing and just fucking around, and then
We both drew.
Oh,
so
okay.
when I was in social studies, we ended up sitting next to each other just by chance, and I looked over and he was drawing an X-Men drawing and I was drawing a Spider-Man drawing, and we were supposed to be paying
Yeah.
attention, and I was like, wow, you like comics? And he was like, whoa, you like comics? And then we became friends, and we both wanted to draw comics. Like we didn't actually collaborate on much of anything.
you guys were
in
just
the
sitting there
early
drawing
days.
like
Yeah.
superheroes and shit?
It wasn't until I gave up because I'm kind of a bad artist that we
Yeah.
started working together.
Well, what was the very first thing? What was like the very first sort of like pilot test ground like comic? Was it Battle Pope, or did you guys do some shit that was sort of like never went anywhere, but it sort of
No, with Tony it was Battle Pope. But before I did Battle Pope with Tony, I did a comic book with another friend of mine who wanted to be a writer that I drew.
Oh wow, what is that
I
called?
kind of co-wrote it with him. It was called Between the Ropes.
What
And it
was that about?
It was a wrestling comic because
Okay.
wrestling was really popular at the time.
Yeah.
And I
How
just
old were
wanted
you
to-
for this?
No, I was working on it while I was working on Battle Pope. So
Oh,
I was,
shit,
I was
okay.
like 19.
Okay.
But I didn't really like wrestling. It was basically just a show about, or it was a comic book about people.
Okay.
That just happened to be wrestlers, and so they had fight scenes because it was a wrestling comic, but it was mostly just a lot of the characters in Between the Ropes were superheroes I had created in high school that I just turned into wrestlers, and they appeared later in the Capes comic book
Oh,
series.
okay. All right.
So,
Available on trade paperback.
yeah, I'm plugging Capes. That's my whole point on this
Google it.
podcast. But yeah, the main character in Capes was named Bolt, and he was also the main character in Between the Ropes.
Interesting. Now, the guy that you did In Between the Ropes with is he like a doctor now, or is he like he's totally not?
He does. He's like a technical. He does something for the government. That
Okay,
I can't really talk about.
Really?
Yeah, he works at like a military base.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So you
So
know
that's
what he
fucking
does?
hilarious.
Huh?
You know what he does?
No. I mean, kind of.
Area.
You're not allowed to know.
No,
Area
he
51.
Area
it's a
58.
military. It's a
Ever heard of
military
it?
base in Kentucky, so it must be the one where they really keep the aliens. But
Yeah.
but no, I actually just went to his wedding a couple days ago, like a week ago.
Oh.
Nice. Well,
it
at least he's
it
married.
was nice. It'll last.
At least he
Yeah.
fucking got
Really?
married. At least he found a woman that doesn't want to
wanna
change
be an
everything
actress,
about him.
Yeah.
So
Tell us more about you
yeah,
in really uncomfortable ways.
yeah, I will later. Believe me.
Okay.
I'm not the only one who can make this show uncomfortable.
So you and Tony
No,
Moore.
you're doing great.
Thank you.
You guys did Battle Pope, and you
Mm-hmm.
were self-published, and it's obviously he went on and you went on to be very acclaimed fucking writer artist in the industry and doing
we're
all kinds of
superstars.
shit. Kind of, yeah. I mean, really. So did you guys have any? Were you guys just having fun fucking around? Did you split? Like you self-published? Was it like, okay, I'll pay this much and you pay this much and we'll get it printed through Canada? Was it totally?
I was broke and Tony was broke, but I had credit and Tony didn't have credit.
So you just
I
fucking-
would take out
Wow.
loans and stuff. And
That's
yeah.
crazy. So
No, when I actually started making money in comics, I was like $40,000 in debt.
whoa.
And I was making like $500 a year.
Oh my God,
And
that's
so-
insane.
But then things changed pretty quickly. So
Yeah. And then how did you get distribution with Battle Pope? Like, was it just like a grassroots, like, let's just fucking
It was a very easy process just because in comics there's only one distributor.
Diamond, right?
Yeah, and then somebody like most people go through this printing place in Canada called
Yeah.
Quebecor that
Yeah.
I think is not technically in operation anymore.
Oh, wow.
And so it was just talking to two people. Go to a place and get it printed, go to another place and it gets into stores, and that was it.
Wow.
Well,
And-
how
go ahead.
did I'm just gonna edit your interviewing style, Justin, a little bit because I see a
Oh,
plot point
sorry.
here. How did you go from $500 a year to pretty quickly? You said.
Well, I was going
What
to get to that, but
Oh,
go
well,
ahead.
okay.
Please.
And then 1997. What
Well,
happened?
It was actually I started doing books at Image, and I was doing Invincible and Walking Dead, which were getting more and more popular. And then I did some He-Man comics.
What?
I wrote some He-Man comics. A friend of mine named Val
Excuse
Staples
me?
got the license to hold the phone. What?
Yeah.
And those paid pretty well. So I went from making like $500 a year to like $10,000 a year, and then like the next year after that, I was doing okay at Image, and then I started doing stuff at Marvel.
Did you make any money off of Battle Pope at all?
No. What I would do on Battle Pope is the book would make like $2,000 or $3,000, but it would cost like $2,000 or $3,000 to make.
Yeah.
So what I would do is I would pay for the production on a credit card, and then I would keep the money.
Okay.
So I was
Nice.
I was like throwing money on a credit
Nice.
card and
Got
then
it.
like paying bills with
And then
money
did you
that
split?
wasn't-
Did you split it with Tony, or how did that work?
Tony got money for doing stuff, but he did most of those issues pretty much for free, just because.
And you can see him. I mean, this is super.
I did them
fucking-
for negative money.
Yeah, and you could see his art improve, and then by the time you guys got to Walking Dead, and then he went on to do all that other shit. Like he's just fucking locked in. I know. I mean, whatever. I have it all. I own it. I fucking bought it all. What do you want from me? I paid for it. I have
You
it.
may or may not sell it, though. We've learned.
You're calling his new Venom series shit?
Oh
What are you
no.
doing?
See, I'm not that cut.
okay.
No, that's probably great. I haven't read it though.
Wait, were you guys like discovered from Battle Pope by Image, where they're like, "Hey, kid, we found you. Somebody."
Hey
dropped
kid,
off
this stuff's great. Why don't you write this other stuff?
No, not
Better
really.
shit.
No, from the Image stuff, right?
Well, what happened was I had another friend named Terry Stevens who founded penciljack.com, which is a porn site. It's not a porn site. It just sounds like a porn site.
Pencil Jack.
It's a
Yeah, it does,
It was like
doesn't
a
it?
message board where people post art and stuff, and I was finding different artists there to work on Battle Pope. And he wanted to have another section to that site that was like comic book news and interviews, and he had talked Eric Larson into doing an interview for the site, and I found out about it and was a huge fan of Eric Larson, who did Savage Dragon,
Yeah,
who did
yeah.
Amazing Spider-Man back in the day. And so I talked him into letting me do the interview. And so
Oh, nice.
somewhere there's a recording that I don't have anymore of me talking to Eric Larson for the first time in the form of a 2-hour interview, which is completely embarrassing.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
Why, you nerding out with him?
Oh yeah. But through that, I got him to agree to let Savage Dragon appear in Battle Pope, and so in Battle Pope Shorts 1, Savage Dragon appears very briefly, and I had his phone number, so I would just periodically call him and make him talk to me. And he was a nice guy, so
Jesus Christ.
I would go, I haven't talked to Eric Larson in 2 or 3 weeks. That's safe.
Yeah.
That's
Give him a
not going to
call.
seem too creepy.
Yeah,
I'll just
yeah.
call him and see how he's doing, and then we talk
Just
for
to see how he's doing?
Yeah, and we talk about comics and stuff, and
And
that gets a fart
and he'd
noise.
be like-
Like, what is that all about?
And he'd be like, "Hey, yeah, no, Robert, what's up?"
hey, Robert.
Well, no, I'm a cool guy.
how's it
I'm,
going,
I'm-
Robert?
I'm a cool guy. I'm fun to talk to.
Robert,
It worked
me.
out.
All right, okay.
No, I mean,
Eric
I
Larson.
could, if I got the sense that he didn't want to talk to me, I wouldn't have called back.
Robert. What are you doing today?
Wait, that's Eric Larson?
Hey, how's it going, Robert?
What, is he all doped up?
I'm just hanging out. What do you want to know about Savage Dragon?
What does this Eric Larson look like in this version?
Just hanging out.
What do you look like, Mr. Larson?
I got glasses. I wear t-shirt. I wear pants.
Are you Asian?
Oh, no. No way. I hate the Asian. I hate Asian food. But and just if anyone's just to clarify to everyone who has no idea, like Kirkman is now like what are you like the
Surpassed
fucking,
Eric Larson.
No, aren't you like the main guy at Image now?
inks his
Aren't you like
comics
the
with Eric
fucking?
Larson's
Aren't you like the
blood.
Image Comics like god now?
There is no such thing as the main guy at Image. I mean, I'm
Okay,
a
well, you're-
partner. I'm a part
you're a
owner of the
fucking
company.
partner. Like,
so
Come
yeah,
on,
I
that's
mean,
incredible. That's like a
It was
meteoric.
quite an arc.
Yeah, no shit. I
But,
mean,
yeah.
you had was that because of Walking Dead? Did that happen? I mean,
Yeah, did you climb the ranks?
I mean, Invincible
with
obviously
awkward phone calls.
Trickery and deceit is what got me there. But
backstabbing.
I got buddy with Larson, and I started pitching books to Image, and they started accepting them, and they started selling well, and I got to know like all the other partners, and they started realizing that to keep the company going, they were going to have to get new blood into the company, because if all the partners got to be 70 or 80 or 90,
Sure.
like they should start putting new people in the company, or the
Sure.
company wouldn't last forever. And so they decided they would start bringing new people in, and I was the
Yeah, that's
most
great.
ideal person, I guess.
Yeah.
Is it like
I also blackmailed them.
what'd you have on him? Do you have something?
Well,
on the
that's
curl?
not how it works.
Photos.
So I can't say.
Compromising photos.
Just say the early days of Image were very entertaining.
Hey, Robert. You know those photos?
Of me and Rob Liefeld.
I lost the voice. I don't even know what I was doing. Yeah, Rob Liefeld. Yeah. Okay. Well, Rob Liefeld. That guy's great.
Let's just do a series of scenes using references to Image comics artists.
Yeah.
And
for all of our
having
fans,
sex with each other.
no one knows anything we're talking about at all. I'm realizing.
I don't.
Yeah, Jackie
But
represents.
I bet you a lot of
No one wants to hear
fans-
from you, girl. We're
I
talking
know.
about comics now.
His life could be a movie, Jackie.
Go prepare
Could be.
Justin's dinner.
I'm
Could
telling you,
have a biopic.
Robert Kirkman's life could
yeah.
make the biggest, most satisfying movie ever. Like, look at where he came from and where he is.
And where he is now, credits
Everybody
would go
likes
over.
the American Dream story. The American Dream.
The
And
credits
never
then
know,
one
they
day
might.
he was surrounded by unopened Transformers figures, talking into a microphone that's way
man,
too close to his
No,
mouth.
this would be a great way to package your feature. It starts with you
yeah,
coming
yeah.
here on this unknown shitty podcast, and it just keeps flashing back to your life and these
Oh,
moments.
we're like Christian Slater. You interview
yeah,
the vampire.
exactly. There you go. Yeah.
I feel like you're going to give me a script when you're done talking.
Yeah. I'm typing it under the table as we speak. If only I were that prolific. If only I could do
Oh,
that.
yeah, that reminds me. As a fellow writer, how do you stay so prolific?
Yeah, what the fuck, man? You're like a machine. Like at any given time, he's
How
writing
do you
like
have so
8
much
comics
discipline?
a month. I mean, I'm exaggerating, but
It's
still.
a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I enjoy what I do, so, I don't do...
How often do you write?
Every day, like all day. I mean, I don't know. I have my family, which I make, I don't
Are they
work.
out here with
Yeah,
you?
yeah.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah, I couldn't do it if
Yeah.
they weren't here. That would be crazy. But then I'd be a basket case like Justin.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no
I mean,
kidding.
I don't work after like dinner time until the kids go to bed. Sometimes I work at night after the kids go to bed. Sometimes I don't. Then I don't work weekends at all. And so I cram everything in.
Like 9 to 5 kind of thing?
Pretty much. And then
are you
I'm
not-
writing like that entire time.
And are you not plagued by the crippling insecurities and self-doubt that I am?
No, I actually don't. I don't second guess myself at all. So I guess the way I'm able to do stuff is I don't. When I'm writing comics, if I think, oh, it'd be pretty cool if a guy busts through a wall, that's written. Guy's busting through a wall, and I just move on. Like I never stop. Which is fun when I'm working on the TV show because that's not how you write TV.
Yeah.
My whole way I do things is just. This would be cool. Okay, that's happening. What's next? This would be cool. Okay, what's happening next? Like
That's
I just
awesome.
keep moving, and I don't ever. I don't proofread my scripts. Most of my scripts are just written and sent to the artist.
Does anyone give
Nice.
notes? Does anyone give notes? Like
No, no. I mean, the artist can sometimes call me and go, "You typed bath feet. Did you mean both feet?" And it's like,
I've got some pretty sweet mock-ups.
I'd
of
love
a
it
new
if
character
he
named
literally
Bathfeet.
like
no,
oh,
the
that's-
artists get together and they like joke about all
Oh,
the
that's
crazy
hilarious!
typos.
Like you
they
get a page back, and there's an artistic interpretation of what bath feet would be.
Yeah.
like he's got like feet. Shaped, like,
he actually did that.
Oh,
but
that's amazing.
But yeah, I mean, comic book writing, like the script is such an early step, and then the writer or the artist has to read that and interpret that into a comic book page, and then I get to look at that comic book page and rewrite the dialogue.
Got it.
So,
Oh, that's
so
fucking such a great way to work.
it's pushing things along at such in a way that you are rereading and proofing things so much in the process
Yeah.
that I don't feel like you have to do it in the script stage.
And you know, I've noticed that like my best shit that I've done, the best stuff that I've written is stuff that I just tear through and I don't give it a second thought. And then when I go back and look at it, it's like my favorite stuff. And then the stuff that I pour over and I rewrite 100 times, that's the stuff that just ends up like sucking ass. So
yeah, if a comic script takes me more than like 2 or 3 days to get through, like I realize, oh, this isn't a good one. You know,
Yeah,
like,
that's
this isn't
crazy.
working. Oh no!
It's great that you're so dialed into that, though, because a lot of people, it's hard to. There's so many hang-ups, and like Ryan's saying, like just thoughts, and you're like, could this be better? And it's nice that you're just on that groove, and you can, well, for the most part, just turn shit out. I mean, that's fantastic. I wish I could do that every day. I'm too busy, fucking around on the internet.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then I work on the Walking Dead show, and I'm in the writer's room, and it's like, I think it'd be cool if a guy busts through a wall, and then it's 2 hours of like
of
what happens if he
breaking
busts through the
story,
wall,
yeah.
why is he coming through the wall,
Yep.
what is he gonna do?
That's
next,
my
you know?
world. That's where I live.
And do you just storm out?
No,
I
sometimes
want to be busted to the wall.
I will admit to you that there are times when I will zone out a little bit, and then I'll go, wait, they're still talking about this?
Oh my God.
It's happened a couple of times, just a couple of times.
How, like in
But-
terms of like this is something I wanted to ask you. When you're writing on The Walking Dead, how much of that is you? Like how much involvement do you have in crafting the overall arc of the season? And
On the first season, crafting the overall arc was all Frank.
okay,
So I came in freelance, and I was in the room for about 3 weeks.
he did a fucking amazing job, by the way. I mean,
Thank you very
it's
much.
So
You're not
fucking
supposed to
good.
compliment.
Oh, sorry.
He doesn't
Well, no, I'm
believe you.
complimenting
Wait, I have
somebody
a
else.
I have a question. What's the maddest you've ever been on the set, or like working on this
Yeah.
show, like where you were so infuriated?
It's not going right.
that you were like, I can't do this, or just someone made you so mad.
Was it the gay
like,
zombie episode?
Yeah.
Hey.
No,
It was
be
the-
quiet.
It was
Like,
when
you gotta-
they were introducing the dog that shoots lasers out of its eyes. I was pretty
Was
frustrated. There hasn't really been anything
where
like
you
that.
got
I mean,
so frustrated, like this isn't how it's supposed to be.
It was when the
like,
PA brought him a
this
caramel
is-
macchiato
no,
when he asked
come
for a.
on. That's gotta be weird. I mean, here you have
it,
this comic book.
it seems
and
like
it's
it would. Go ahead.
Sorry. I haven't
Jackie,
said
you
anything.
go.
I haven't said anything for 30 minutes.
No,
so,
I'm
like,
sorry. Go ahead, Jackie.
But I was thinking about that since I don't know about this comic book world and The Walking Dead as your comic, and I can't imagine working on this thing and then just having all these people come and take it over, and then you're on the set, and it's a great thing, but I imagine it's so personal that there'd be times where you're like, that is not what I wanted. That's not, and you don't. I don't know.
I do. It doesn't really happen. But
Okay.
the main thing is the only time when I really have any say in the matter, the only time when I truly, really have 100% power and can say, no, you guys can't do that, screw you, is the second I am agreeing to or not agreeing to option the material. And so to me, that's where I spent most of my effort, because I turned a lot of people down, and I talked to Frank extensively and really got to know him and really kind of grilled him on, what he thought of the comic. And it really didn't take that long, because it was very clear early on that he got the material and was going to do right by it. But the second that I agreed to that, like, I'm an executive producer on the show and I'm involved a great deal, but it's really, at the end of the day, it's Frank's Walking Dead TV show.
Right.
And I'm there and I get to contribute a lot, but that kind of stuff doesn't matter to me because, it doesn't bother me if there's anything that's not necessarily something that I wouldn't do. I actually kind of like it because I still do the Walking Dead comic, and that's where I get to do whatever I want
Yeah.
and no one tells
yeah.
me anything. But I get to work with other people on the Walking Dead show. And even though sometimes things are a little different, like I really dig that. Like it's like, oh, that's kind of a cool thing.
Yeah, it's
You
like
know,
a
that's
what
little
if
different
version
there.
of the comic. It's
Yeah.
fucking great.
Yeah.
So I've never really had an instance, thankfully, where I've been like, oh my God, they're ruining this. This is not what I want. and I think that's because early on in the process, I made sure that I wasn't signing up with a guy that would do that.
Right.
I talked to people that just had crazy ideas. I talked to people that wanted to do super zombies with superpowers.
I
talked to a guy who wanted to have it where the human characters, if they were bitten by a zombie, could eat human flesh to prevent them from turning into a zombie.
no.
Which
Oh,
is like
boy.
one of the dumbest ideas I've ever heard.
Yeah. Like,
And
let's
I
just
was
change
like,
all the rules of fucking.
Yeah. I was like, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
There's nothing in
Huge red
human-
flag.
I've
Yeah.
got some interesting ways to muddy this up a little bit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
What if
And they-
the zombies
and
can
they-
talk?
But they would come to me with like, what do you think of this? And it's like, well, I think that's awful. So yeah, and I don't know. I
Like they
to
did a
think
real
I-
cocky lean back, like just let it kind of sit there in the air for a second, thinking you'd be like, why the fuck didn't I think of that, man?
Yeah, yeah. And it's really awkward too because I try to keep it real as much as I can, if I could use a phrase
That I used.
And so, so I would say, yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. Because I didn't want to give them any kind of sense that I was into the idea.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then from that point on, it would just be awkward. But yeah.
Are people more scared of you or Frank Darabont when you're walking around?
I mean,
That's a loaded question, isn't it?
And it's like the idea of like, because you're on a set and everyone's like, did you hear that? You experience that? You feel eyes on you?
I will say that it started raining at one point.
Oh, do you hear that? Fucking people being murdered
Massacre.
outside.
It's a
Party.
Wonderland murder.
Just
a
ignore
party.
it. It'll never. No, people listening will not know what we're talking about because they probably can't hear it at all, unless they're wearing really expensive headphones and have it up to like 12.
That was pretty cool. But I was on set and it started raining, and all the grips and like stagehands. I don't know what they're called. All the
crew.
The crew. Yeah.
The
They
people,
started
the
like,
folks.
They started
Little people.
They started throwing tarps over things and like moving carts of equipment under these awnings and stuff. And so I started helping them.
I love you for doing that.
they were like, what are you doing?
That's
hilarious.
hilarious.
And I was like, well,
I
it's
love
raining.
that.
I'm standing next to this. I don't
Yeah,
understand why I can't push
That's
it
so
5
fucking
feet.
great.
Like,
Man,
this is weird.
that makes you.
so-
When you did that, they loved you.
No, they didn't. They're like, hey, there's OSHA fucking standards here. You can't touch
No,
shit. This
that's
union,
not
he
true.
just broke the unions. Cops come in,
No.
arrest you, cuff them, boys, throw them away.
I did have to pay a fine.
Yeah,
No.
$8,000. No, instead,
Chump change.
You're like, but we love him. What a
That
sweetheart.
makes me
Season
very
3 of
happy.
the Garbage Pail Kids.
Hey, oh boy, this guy's a real load. Get a load of this
Guy's
guy.
a
I mean,
real load.
boy, hey, this guy's a load. Get a load of this guy. Hey, load.
God.
Your union character is caught in a little bit of a
Hey,
loop.
help me. I'm caught in a load.
Hey, Justin, say load again.
I'm caught in a load over here. Hey, look, he's helping us move stuff in the rain. I'm a load. Kurt Loader.
Now he's just
How's
freeform.
is the craft services
Skabba-da-ba-boop-pow.
table crazy? What kind of food do they have on the set?
Well, I mean, it wasn't anything fancy.
Sometimes some
they'll
people
trick
show
us
it's
with
not
candy.
good.
I love it. I
It's
love
not
it.
good,
This
but
is great stuff.
do you
No, it
guys-
was all like granola bars and
Ew.
fruit and Doritos.
Nature's
and
Miracle
Cheetos
granola
and-
bars?
So they had junk food. Like it's
yeah, it
it's
was-
a set that has M&Ms.
it was
and
mostly
stuff like
junk
that.
food,
Ooh,
I will
that's
say.
good.
Dude, every
That's good.
TV show set
No,
I've been
some
on is
people have
junk
healthy,
food.
like gross. When you said raisins, fruit, like what is this?
Well,
Who
they had
eats
like two
this?
tables, and it's funny because they would separate it. It would be like the junk food table
Yep.
and
Yeah.
then the asshole table.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how Sarah Silverman's show was. There'd be this really
And, like,
not
smoothies
yeah, like
and
fruit and like
vitamins.
vegetables and then just
Nuts,
like
but no cashews.
yeah, and then just
And
junk.
unsalted.
Yeah.
And the extras couldn't go to the healthy organic.
They weren't allowed to.
Are you serious?
No, I'm kidding, of
Oh
course.
my god.
But extras weren't allowed to touch anything at all. Extras weren't allowed to go
Especially
anywhere
not
near the food.
blonde Craig.
I got yelled at for going near it once, and I was like,
I'm
"Well,
blonde Craig.
I'm Blonde Craig. Don't you know who I am?"
Did you ever watch the Sarah Silverman program with Justin on it?
Oh, come on.
I haven't seen that.
Oh, come on, Ryan, please.
What
I'm
shows
a
do you
little
watch?
behind on that. I don't watch
mean,
TV.
when you don't watch TV at
No,
all.
I watch all kinds of TV. What
Like
are you talking about?
what's
It's
like
mostly
you
AMC
can't now
shows.
you can't pick your own. What is your favorite television
My
show?
absolute favorite TV show
You can't pick your own.
is The Real Housewives of New Jersey. No, I'm kidding. That's my wife's favorite
American
TV show.
Pickers?
American Pickers
Jesus.
is really good.
Oh, I know.
I like
love
that
Are you
one
serious?
too.
You like
How
that
do
show?
you get
I
the
like-
writing
I like-
done? I don't understand.
I like Pawn Stars.
Oh, me too.
Oh,
me
I
too.
do too.
I never talk to my wife. We just watch TV in silence. That's how it works, Justin.
Yeah.
Sons of Anarchy is my favorite
Oh,
favorite
okay.
TV show.
I'm gonna
Wait,
watch that next then.
What about
It's amazing.
I need a new good show. So
what's
that's
the last movie that you saw at the theater?
The last movie that I saw at the theater was The Hangover 2.
Oh, was it
How'd
good?
you like it?
Yeah, it's really good. It's hilarious in that it is like beat for beat the first movie,
Oh god.
but they're completely and utterly like self-aware with it. Like they're
Oh,
kind of
that's
poking,
awesome.
they're poking
Yeah.
fun at the fact that it's
That's great.
exactly. I think there's 3 times where characters go, "I can't believe this is happening again," and you're like, "Neither can I." It's really unbelievable, but whatever.
Yeah.
But
It's almost crossing
But you're really
over.
letting yourselves off the hook there by
But-
saying it.
It's funny though because it's a really great movie and I highly recommend it, especially if you like the first one. But because I mean, it follows the exact same formula, but everything in that formula is so different. It could have different actors in it and not be called The Hangover
Yeah.
and be a movie that rips off The Hangover's formula because there's so much different about it too.
Yeah.
How,
great.
It's
how
really
did the
cool.
guy get the tattoo of it? I haven't seen the
Jesus,
movie.
Jack.
How
Yeah,
does
don't
he get it
spoil
off his
it.
face?
No.
Space aliens.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
Wait,
Did you ask how he gets it off his face?
Well, no, I know. I just saw in the preview, like, he wakes up and is like, oh, and it has the Mike Tyson tattoo thing.
Yeah.
And then I was thinking of the first thing that I thought of when I saw it was, well, how is he going to remove it for the third one? When they do Hangover
He's
Part
never
3.
going to.
Spoiler alert.
He never will.
Tell me,
There's
tell
a
me,
there's
tell
a
me.
line at the end where he says, "I'm gonna get this lasered off as soon as I get home."
Oh, I knew it.
Before our
So
next
stupid.
trip, where
Yeah.
someone's getting married.
Yeah. In part 3.
You know there's going to be a third one.
Of course there is.
Oh, yeah.
What are you, crazy?
Wait, have you ever written movies, comic book movies, or have they asked you to? or anything?
Invincible was adapted by Paramount a few years ago, and I got to write a draft of that.
I
the
saw-
the movie didn't end up happening. And
Oh.
It was actually a pretty horrible draft.
There's a
on my
football
part.
movie.
Really?
So
There's a football movie called
What did you do?
Invincible.
yeah,
Did you-
bring that up.
Did you try to?
I have that movie.
Oh, great.
Yeah,
Did
that
you
was
did you
pretty
try to
frustrating.
cram too much into the movie? Was it like what they're doing with Green Lantern Green Lantern.
Green Lantern.
Green Lantern, as I call it.
Green Lantern. Where they're cramming like 80 years of shit
You
into
haven't
one
even
movie.
seen Green
I
Lantern.
know, but
yet.
I'm just-
You don't know that that's the case.
All I know is they've got characters that don't appear until issue 800, and then, they're in the fucking first movie. Well, there you go. There you go.
Could he sound any more pathetic? That's just.
I don't even know. But here's the great part. I don't know anything
he
about
can.
Green Lantern.
Did you say Lantern? When you're not being recorded, you say Green Lantern. Don't
Green Lantern.
Hey, do you guys have the newest issue of Green Lantern?
Hey, I couldn't help but notice that Green Lantern. You're really flubbing the movie because you're just mixing everything all around.
No, I think the Green Lantern movie's going to be awesome.
Yeah, if you like
I'm looking
fucking
forward to
bullshit.
Oh wait, I have another. Can I ask him one more question?
Of course, Jackie.
Jackie,
Please.
please.
What?
We love you
Don't-
because you ask the questions we would never think to ask.
And also, stop asking if you can ask a question
Well,
Yeah,
before you ask
Jesus.
a
I
question.
don't
That's what
know.
you're here for.
They've got me
Jackie.
abused.
No.
I'm an abused woman.
Jackie, we're gonna
like,
make
I
it up to
gotta-
you.
We're abused. We're like, is she going to show up today? Oh, I hope she shows up today.
Yeah, Jackie, we love you. You have no idea.
She
all right.
rolls in 20 minutes late. But go on,
Oh,
Jackie.
that's not my fault.
Ask your question.
She's the
It's
new
not-
Lady Gaga of the podcast.
So, now
Who was the old Lady Gaga of the podcast?
Me,
Lady Gaga.
yeah, the real Lady Gaga before she got
Her career took
famous.
off.
Okay,
I
Jackie,
like
go
her.
ahead.
Okay, can you ask your question now?
Okay, yeah. Have you had anybody say Justin's sort of your friend, but like you guys don't really talk that
I
often
wouldn't say
or
that.
whatever. Well, whatever. Okay, maybe someone even closer to him, but that's just like struggling, or you kind of knew that they were in the entertainment industry that's come up to you and been like, hey, and then tried to solicit their work, like, hey, I got a great episode for the Walking Dead. I kind of wrote it. I mean, it's not like it's a big deal, but it'd be great if you could read it. Have you had that happen to you yet? We're just
I've had that happen a lot in comics. I haven't really had it happen with TV that much.
no one's come up.
I know that the Darkwoods production office, which is Frank Darabont's production company, gets like a Walking Dead fan script like every day.
Whoa.
And the funny
man,
thing
I would
about
want to
that,
read those.
well, the funny thing about that is that it's actually encouraged in the writing, television writing community for you to say, "Oh, I like that House show. I'll write a test script
Spec
of
script.
House."
Yeah.
Script of House. But you can't send that to the people that do House.
Gotta have representation.
You
Yeah.
have to, but you can send it to other people. So, like, if we got a Sons of Anarchy spec script, we could read it,
Yeah.
for the
Right,
Walking
right.
Dead show and go, "Oh, this guy's really good. We'll hire him for the show."
Right.
We legally can't read so much as a word of any Walking
Right,
Dead
right.
scripts. They just have to shred them when they
Yeah,
come in
yeah.
because it's all legal.
Yeah,
and-
yeah.
Yeah.
It could be
But
accused.
what if it was your wife's friend from high school that you know really well, and she's just like,
No.
hey.
The answer is no.
What if it was Justin's girlfriend? He's like, Justin, I really want to be a writer. Will
No,
you
it
give this
seems
to
like
Robert
that.
Kirkman?
You
Oh,
get
I've been there,
solicited
Ryan.
a lot,
Been there.
with
It-
people. It doesn't happen that way.
It hasn't really happened. I mean, it happens in comics. I get a lot of people
Yeah,
that are, "How do you
yeah,
break
yeah.
in as a writer? What can you do to help
How do
me?"
you deal with
And
it? Comic-Con must be a nightmare
I
for
usually
you, right?
just slap them around. No, I give them as good advice as I can. I mean,
But do you have the same speech just over and over and over again?
Oh.
No, I mean, I'm not good enough to remember the same
Yeah.
thing over and over. I mean, I usually give them a sincere, you're screwed. It's
Yeah.
hard to get in as a writer, kind of thing.
Get Eric
But,
Larson's phone number.
Yeah, pretty much.
Be friends with Tony Moore in 7th grade.
That'd be great. You
not
tell
that,
that-
not that you know.
You
what I
tell
mean.
that anecdote about you calling Eric Larson, just 1,000 people like, I'll do that for Robert Kirkman.
Yeah, start calling. Yeah, I should start calling you every
Yeah.
3 weeks.
How
Oh,
you
it's been
doing?
3 weeks.
Because Ryan, whenever Dan Harmon comes in here, Ryan always has a spec script for him.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And Dan's
I think comics are
Look at
much
my
more
shit.
conducive
Oh.
to the hey, I've got this idea that's crazy. Take a look at it. Whereas Walking Dead, it's so specific. It's a fucking epic serialized storyline. How the fuck do you write a spec for that? People usually write specs for the episodic.
Here's what I want to know, though. Pull the curtain back. Really give us the juicy details about what the rarefied air of Comic-Con is like. What kind of parties you get to experience?
Yeah.
Parties, I don't know. I mean, I will say that there's a back hallway to the convention center.
Uh-huh.
If you go through the back doors, and I don't want to get in trouble or anything, but anybody can do this. If you just go to those back doors where the guards are standing and you walk with purpose, as if you're supposed
I
to
think
be
you
allowed
get anywhere
to
if
go
you
back
walk
there.
with purpose.
It's true. There's a whole corridor that runs the back wall of Comic-Con where you can go, okay, I need to get to aisle, 700, and then you can just zip into that back hallway and just walk with no traffic all the way
and
to
no
aisle
fart
700.
smells.
And then Oh,
It
No.
smells like farts.
It's
So
not that bad.
bad
Well,
there.
I mean,
it does.
You'll walk
And
into a cloud.
halitosis, and
You'll walk into
halitosis.
every once in a while. You'll hit a cloud
Halitosis
of.
and fart.
Yeah, you'll hit a
uh,
nice meaty-sized cloud.
And then there's like I found out this because they were doing. I found it a lot last year when they were promoting the Walking Dead show because they had access to like high level stuff that I never had access to before. But there's like a wristband you can get, and you can go into the panels before anyone else. And
Whoa,
sit down.
that's fancy.
And there's a green room upstairs where you can like eat sandwiches and
Hang
stuff.
out with all the other
Ooh.
famous.
It was
Yeah.
like Stan Lee was there, and the woman from Tron, the woman that looks like the new Keira Knightley. What's that
Okay,
woman's
yeah.
name?
I don't know her name.
Olivia Wilde.
Yeah, Olivia Wilde. I like to make that
Nice.
joke that like
Nice.
Hollywood was like, no more Keira Knightley. You're the new
yeah.
Keira Knightley because they look
Yeah.
exactly the same, and
Oh,
Keira Knightley doesn't do movies.
Olivia Wilde is so
So-
hot.
Oh,
She's an
More
attractive
hot.
girl.
She's
It was-
the
it was
younger
funny 'cause
Keira Knightley.
She like tripped into me and
Ooh
like
la
and got
la.
like about like
and then
5
like
inches
stuck her tongue down your
And
throat.
then did you say she's not that pretty
in
that
my
close?
dreams. No, she's an adorable girl, but like she, but I didn't know who she was. I've never seen
Yeah,
House, and like Tron wasn't out yet, and I was just like, that's an actress. Like I wonder who that person is because you could just tell that she
Yeah.
was some stuck-up actress. But,
What would you have done
I'm sure
if she's
a
like,
nice
oh my
person.
God, Robert Kirkman? you write The Walking Dead. I'm Keira Knightley's, counterpart. Yeah, replacement actress.
I would have made sex with her.
I play the lesbian character on House.
Oh, is she a lesbian? On
Yeah,
House?
yeah, yeah.
I'm watching that
It's
show.
got a really nice lesbian scene. You got to check it out. Season 4, maybe 5. I can't remember.
Sweeps month.
Yeah. She was one of the newcomers. The one
got-
with Harold and Kumar. She was like
okay.
Kumar
Wow,
and her.
you really know House.
Oh yeah. I like me my house. I like House.
It's like the most popular show in the world, I think.
It's a great show
House?
because it's just
Yeah.
so mindless. It's like
Oh, is Robert Sean Leonard still on it? Because that was a
Yes.
real
He's-
disappointment.
yeah.
He was
I don't
such
know.
a babe in Dead Poets Society.
I don't know
and
who
then
the
I saw
fuck
House and
that
was like,
is.
ugh.
I
He's
know
the
he's not as
sidekick.
attractive
He
as he used to be.
What
Isn't that true?
happened?
Yeah, I don't know who you're talking about.
yeah.
Come on.
nice one.
High five.
Yeah.
High five.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yes, he's Justin.
Round
He's
of
the,
applause,
he's the
sound
doctor.
effect.
He's the,
Where's
he's
your
the
high five
sidekick.
sound
doesn't
effect?
look good.
I don't.
Hurry up.
I
We'll
think
wait.
you just got jealous.
We'll wait. Where's your? Is it? That's just a board of farts.
Give me a second.
Isn't it?
Hold on, I'm
It's
finding
just
it.
Like,
It's right here. High five's coming up.
okay, hurry
Give
up.
me just 10, 9, 8.
8. Get your hands in the air.
That's
Wait,
not
that's
a high
not a high five.
five.
Wait a
This is-
minute.
this
I
is
want
a
my
round of
money
applause.
back.
This is the worst podcast I've ever
I want my
done.
money
Is
back.
it really? Would
Huh?
you say this
Yeah.
is the worst?
No, this is the only podcast I've ever done.
Wait. No, you did
No,
the Nerdist
you
live
didn't.
the
No,
other
I'm
day.
just kidding. Yeah, I did Nerdist.
Hey, how
Hey,
was
how
that
was that?
live?
How
Was that-
bad is ours?
Was it weird doing a live podcast?
How bad is ours for real?
It's amazing. It's great.
Wait, am I right?
No,
in-
trust me. Your podcast is really good. I've heard really bad podcasts.
am I
What are-
right?
really?
And Jackie.
I
Jackie,
can't name them.
will you
but-
listen?
What?
Look him in the eye. He is being sincere. She doesn't believe that the podcast is good.
It's very
We need to
good.
just
It's
sit her down
It's
and-
always funny, and most podcasts are not.
Huh.
If I could just be honest for
Hey,
a minute.
And how have you been enjoying it from the guests' end?
Sitting in this
And
room.
your guest.
It's okay. It's all right. I gotta say. No, it's good
I
atmosphere.
don't hate
like
it.
looking
I
at
like
the,
our
the
fans
vibe?
a lot. I like the people I've met. They're neat.
No, I mean, it's a good podcast.
Yeah. So Jackie,
You should be very proud.
So Jackie, will you take us back?
I never laughed. What? I'm just
Jackie,
telling
don't
you
break up with
Oh,
us.
fine.
Please.
Jackie, we need
I won't
I-
make you cook
oh.
me dinner anymore.
Robert Kirkman is our boombox and Say Anything.
Yeah.
having him say the things to you at your window.
Hilarious.
No. Yeah.
So I feel like we've covered everything. Is there any other things we should? I mean, there's more we could talk about, but I mean, what do you
You're not
think?
trying to cut this short or anything.
Oh, no,
are
I
you?
mean,
I've
look,
got,
What time do you have
Believe
to go?
me, I'll sit out here for another
I've
9
got another
years.
24 minutes before.
Do you want
Okay,
to just
well,
do
then
listener?
keep
Why don't we
going.
just do listener emails, Robert?
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah. No, it's great. Why
Oh,
not?
people wrote in about Robert?
No, but we'll just have him chime in on the listener email. This will be great.
I can do that.
Yeah, let's do that.
More,
All right.
More pigs are people.
Yeah. We haven't done that in so long. All right, it's time for listener email.
Wow.
Listener email.
Otherwise
time!
known as the home stretch. Right,
Otherwise
Jackie?
known as the
Yeah.
fun portion.
We have a time
Let
limit
your hair
on it
down.
now. It's going to be
It's
good.
time for
Yeah.
listener email. Let your hair down.
Woo! All
Whip-
right.
whip your pee
I
holes
got my,
out.
I got my eye on that door, Justin. Looks like got my eye on that window. Looks like there's lots of characters milling around outside.
Oh boy, I see them out there running around.
Yeah, are
having
you
fun.
familiar with the various characters that stop by during listener email, Robert?
I can't wait.
We'll see. You never
It's
know.
a free for all here
I mean,
on
last
listener email.
Last episode, it was nobody.
Yeah, nobody showed up. It was
Yeah.
a very melancholy episode.
Yeah. All right.
I'll say I'll be very disappointed if no one shows up this time.
Is that a threat?
to the point of walking out of this podcast and demanding that you destroy.
And
the
as you
file.
walk out, you hear ding dong.
And as you walk out, you'll knock shit over. You'll just knock things off the.
there's definitely enough to knock over.
Yeah, believe
Rip
me. It's
Transformers
almost
out of
hard not
packaging.
to knock something over as you walk out carefully.
Yeah, just pick up the entire.
So
Dark
imagine
Crystal
storming
case.
out angrily.
This
Yeah.
is an unrelated question, but what in this room is the most expensive?
Fuck. I don't.
That's what I'm
Probably,
trying to knock
honestly, that's a tough question, but I'm gonna say probably that Lego set on the far right, the cafe corner. I've got 2 of those
Oh.
mint in the package. They're worth like $1,000 each, but that might not even be
Why?
the most expensive thing. I don't know.
Or is it old?
It was retired and it had a small run, and it's just insanely desirable. Like Lego fans are insane over it. It's the most expensive set I have.
But if I may,
Yeah. Okay. First email. That's not the most
this
expensive thing.
email subject is I'm
Oh,
16.
my laptop. Oh, go ahead. Yeah, 16.
Jesus Christ.
Ooh, a boy or a
Ooh,
girl?
16.
Are we done with this? Antiques
Hello,
Roadshow?
nurse. We got a 16-year-old right
I'm
then.
16, and what is this? Hey guys, my name's Andrew from Virginia. I'm 16.
Wait,
I just wanted to
Andrea
say-
or
Andrew?
Oh, boring.
Wow.
I'm 16.
Just kidding.
I just wanted to say that I have no problem with Jackie smoking.
Oh, well, yeah, but
no, a 16-year-old.
you're
is saying
fucking
that.
16, dum-dum.
Yeah, of course. You think
Wait,
it's
Jackie
cool.
smokes?
Yeah. She
She's-
just started.
She just
You
started.
just started?
Yeah.
Are you? Why?
Because I don't care. Yeah, we already had this in an old episode. I'm like, why not?
She's-
Why not?
Yeah.
Because it kills you.
Who
Yeah.
cares?
And while it kills you, it makes you smell bad.
And ages you rapidly.
And it makes your teeth look off. Why
And the
would
death
you do
is slow
that?
and horrible.
yeah.
Oh, that's no good.
And by the
Yeah.
way, has nicotine gotten its hooks in you
No,
yet?
not at all. I've curbed it pretty
Not
good.
at all.
It's,
Okay,
it's
all right.
when I'm home alone by myself.
Really? Is it
It's the
fun?
worst
Is
time.
it fun? I should try. What kind do you smoke?
Usually people
American
say when I'm out
spirits.
at a
Yeah.
party.
It's
nice.
No, when I'm
I-
home
I-
alone by myself.
I'm being serious. That's
Crazy.
why I don't. It was for a bar tactic, just because that way I don't have to talk to anybody. And then the people that are outside are actually pretty nice and chatty who do smoke. But then it became like a home alone thing,
Oh.
which is sad.
And there were
That's a
robbers
good way
that
to
were
burn your
coming,
house
man.
down.
Yeah.
I don't care about my house though. Exactly. If I
Jesus
fall
Christ.
asleep with
Insurance
my,
money.
yeah, with my cigarette, I don't care.
She needs
I
something
don't
to happen
care.
to really
What if
wake
you
her up.
died in the fire?
What if you were burned
Even
horribly?
better.
This
Yeah,
is the
Jesus.
saddest podcast
Oh,
I've ever
oh yeah,
been
yeah.
on.
No,
Oh,
she's
yeah.
got a real death wish.
She's sad
Yeah,
right now.
She just wants to be put out of her
Yeah.
mercy.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you should be appreciating your young, vivacious,
I'm not young
beautiful
anymore.
woman.
I'm old.
You
Intelligent.
know what? In 10 years, you'll look back right now and you go, fuck, I was still young. Shit. Should have fucking realized it.
Bad news bears, Robert, all the way around. My
This
life-
is what you're
my
gonna
life
meet here in
sucks.
the city of angels. A bunch of lost souls, lost, unlucky in love, unlucky in life. Okay. Anyways, but
All right.
they
Their
came
looks.
here. At least they
Listen
rolled
to
the
your
dice.
email.
Caught up in the superficial
At least they
bullshit.
rolled the dice.
Well, guess what, Jackie? Your fate's about to change because this fella says if he ever gets any money, he's gonna fly to fucking L.A. and cuddle with Jackie and
Yay!
watch World War II movies and smoke.
Woo!
And
Wow.
he's 16.
16.
However,
sweet
and
16.
he looks like this.
Oh,
Oh, my
cute.
God.
You attach this.
He looks
Yeah.
like a 16-year-old
Cute.
Yeah.
smoker.
Yeah.
Give him 2 years,
Yeah.
and then it's legal at least.
Oh, right. Well, we could just hang out.
And
I love teenagers.
And he
boys
says,
and
Jackie,
girls. I
however, Jackie better hope that no guys try to make out with her because have you ever made out with someone who just smokes? It tastes terrible.
It's disgusting.
Oh, he added that
You know what
in?
you have to do?
Yeah.
If you're hanging out with a girl who's smoking, you need to take her cigarette from her and just don't inhale it, but just puff on it so the smoke gets in your mouth. And then if you kiss her later, you won't be able to taste the cigarettes in her mouth. Yeah, it's a little
That's
trick.
The stupidest thing I've
Little
ever
trick
heard
for
in
the
my
single
life,
guys out
pretty
there.
much.
Wow.
Yeah, because the
Jackie.
last thing you want is to kiss a smoky mouth girl. It's disgusting.
I
So if you get some of that smoke in your mouth, but just don't inhale it, because you don't want. Why would you want that shit in your lungs?
So 16-year-olds, that's what you need.
You
to
hear
do.
that,
yeah,
kiddies?
do it.
You got to be cool and smooth.
Jackie, when was the last time someone tried to make out with you?
Never.
All right, next email.
Sympathy and advice, please.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Hello, Jackie.
got it in
And
Justin.
agony.
Clothes.
And agony.
Hello, Justin, Jackie, and Ryan, and Robert. Just, he didn't
why
know
not?
at the
Hey.
time when he wrote this, but I'm a
I
faithful...
don't think they really wrote this email to me, and I don't appreciate you trying to add me in
Hello,
there.
Robert.
It makes it feel worse.
It
just makes it worse.
This one's dedicated. This
You're
one's
gonna
for Robert.
You're gonna drive me to start smoking.
I'm a faithful listener and third-time writer to the show. Ooh.
Oh, third time.
Unfortunately, this time I'm writing under stressful and unfortunate circumstances.
Oh,
what
geez.
I haven't
Here we go.
pre-screened this email. I don't know
What
where it's gonna go.
happened?
Oh, geez.
This is
This is
unfolding
like
in real time.
Shit.
Pregnancy.
I'm 18,
Pregnancy.
a senior in high school, and super
Pregnant.
stressed out. I never really applied to any colleges. I procrastinated so much that I don't have a driver's
Oh,
license.
come on.
I'm in danger of not graduating due to an excess of absences. I don't have a date to the prom, and well,
Oh.
I just got caught smoking weed by a parent. Justin knows how that feels.
Their parent or just a parent?
Hello, I'm a parent. What are you doing? That's not good. I'm a parent.
I know what I'm talking about. I've raised 3 children.
Put it out.
While
All right,
I
I'll
haven't applied
see you
to
later.
any colleges per se, I got accepted into a pretty famous art school. Ooh, art. Here in New Jersey called the Joe Kubert School of Cartoon and Graphic Art. Anyone
I'm
know
familiar
about
with
it?
that school.
Yeah,
Really?
who isn't?
Yeah.
It's advertised
He is a
in magazines
famous,
and
he's
comics.
A comic, right? And Andy Kubert, right? Aren't they like?
I don't know.
Joe Kubert's the father. Andy and Adam Kubert are the sons.
Yeah.
It's
They
like
did
a-
comics,
teach at
right?
the school. And
It's
they
like a
also draw
trade
comics.
school. It's not even a. It's like a.
It's like ITT Technical.
Yeah, but
And
they
there's
have,
art?
they have animation courses and comic book courses.
I
so
don't
it's
know.
That's where
just like a
Robert
general-
went. That's where Robert
Every
went.
time I see those
I
ads,
actually didn't go to college. I was probably in the same boat as this person. I didn't apply. I didn't do anything. So
Wait, I don't understand. Career school, not a college. What does
hey,
that mean?
welcome to the club.
I have no idea.
Wait, I don't, yeah,
I thought the kid was
we're
going
all
to say
self-made
I thought
men
he was
here.
going to say, "Boy, I'm writing from really stressful times. You know, my parents both died, or something really heavy." But he's like, "Oh, I didn't.
I'm a slacker.
Yeah, I didn't get into it.
I was playing Halo.
Yeah, I fucked up and didn't apply early enough, and boy, I don't have a date to prom." It's like, welcome to the club, dude. Like,
Yeah,
you know,
you'll be running Microsoft in 10 years. Calm
Yeah,
down.
relax.
Yeah, the lead in this was sympathy
Yeah.
and advice,
yeah.
please.
All right, okay.
You'll
Well,
get none of the former.
yeah. So what does he want
he does
from
say
us?
though, does he think that he's making if he's making a smart decision, should he just back out and try to go to regular college? Well, I think
No, do what
we're
you fucking
learning
want to
is
do.
you can kind of just do whatever you want.
What
You didn't
is
go to
he-
college, right?
but watch
Robert?
out for snake oil.
Yeah, but I wouldn't recommend it. I mean,
But you didn't go to art writing
I
college,
didn't.
did
I
you?
didn't 1 minute of college.
Yeah,
No.
you know, there's an old saying, kid.
Uh-huh.
The people who do, or the people who can do it, the people who can't go to fucking college for 12 years
That's
and
true.
fucking wait and like, oh, one of these days. So just if you
You know what?
if you-
We're gonna give you Robert's phone number on the
you're not
air
gonna
right
learn
now.
how to
He's
draw
just-
hands better at Joe Kubert's college.
It's 555.
Joe Kubert.
Every 2 weeks, schedule it in your calendar.
Yeah, just call Kirkman and just sort of BS with him for an hour.
Did no one here go to college?
I went to
Did you go
I
JC,
did.
but I failed out of it. It was a joke.
I
Did you
dropped
complete
out.
college?
Yeah, I have a bachelor's.
Oh.
Yeah, we're
And
droppies.
who cares?
We're
Bachelor's in
droppies,
what?
yo.
Art, TV, radio, television, film. Wow, cool.
And you dropped out. You
Uh-huh.
went a little bit and
Yeah.
dropped out.
Yeah.
I knew I would do that. I knew I would do that, and so I didn't bother. Oh
Yeah,
God,
exactly,
what?
yeah.
Is someone here?
Would you like to do the honor, Robert? All you have to do is just
Hello?
turn that golden handle.
Hey, yo, what's going on, yo?
Oh,
Hey,
wait.
yo!
Let's see how caught up Robert is.
Hey,
Do you know who
yo!
this is?
Yo! Yo!
Come on, Robert.
I'm not caught up enough.
Hey,
on
yo!
who This is.
All right. Yo! Yo, don't go college, yo! Don't go to college, yo! Hey! Yo! Robert Kirkman! Yo! College!
Go to college.
Yo! Right there!
That's a sample.
Yeah, go to college! Uh-oh! Watch out! Joe Cooper! Yo! College!
Psychic. Would you like
Yeah.
to predict this kid's future?
Oh, hell yeah!
Oh, I was hoping you'd do the song. But
Oh, yo! Wash cars!
say wash cars.
McDonald's!
Big tire.
Serve food!
Oh my God, Miles! This
McDonald's!
psychic ability seems to think that
Yo!
you know.
No! Big business! Yo!
Oh my God!
IBM!
Oh my God!
Uh-oh! Big business!
Penthouse.
Yo! Google.com! Uh-oh! McDonald's person!
Model
oh!
life. Oh my God!
Hello.
It keeps changing.
No.
Is this a variety? Or
Yeah,
is this
I
his
know.
career path?
This
Does he
is like-
start
this
at
is-
McDonald's? Go to
Breakdown!
It's like
Yeah! Gonna be poor! Yeah! Gonna be poor! Uh-huh! Yeah, that's a hook! Gonna be poor all life! Alright! Hey, yo! Mexican, Chinese! Uh-oh! Chinese, Mexican!
Okay,
yo!
I'm closing the door.
Muscle food! Yo!
The door's shut. Okay, bye.
that's
All right,
the
he's
first
gone.
time a character has ever been forcibly Usually they fart their way out on their own accord. That was
pretty great.
And I like the image of psychic ability just in the doorway the whole time, and the door slowly just closes on him.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, so I see. I got what Psychic was doing. He was doing a sort of sliding doors thing, like one version of Miles' life. He's rich, one version he's poor.
Like, it just all depends on what
any
decisions
choice
you make.
Go to Joe Kubert's school. Maybe you'll be poor.
Maybe you'll
be rich.
Or maybe you'll be working for Google.com. He said something like that.
All right, why don't we just do a couple more? Wrap this up. This one is from our old friend Charlie Wang. Its subject is
Charlie's
The Return.
Yeah.
Hey guys, Charlie Wang's back. He really is aware of himself as a character in our mythology. I'm sorry I've been writing.
By the way, Robert, this is a kid who lives in China.
Yeah.
He's a Chinese native and dealing with the Chinese bureaucracies and communism.
We've sometimes, when he's gone off the radar, we've been worried that it's because the government found out he's writing to our show.
And killed him.
Yeah.
But no, he's still kicking over there in China.
He's sorry he hasn't been writing. He's been trying to study for a full-time scholarship to Singapore for the last 2 months, but he didn't get it.
Oh, no.
I didn't even know it.
Charlie,
the Chinese government
you
are pulling
shame your
strings behind
family,
them.
Charlie. Isn't that's like classic, or is that Japanese where they kill themselves?
It's all Asians.
Oh, okay. Your father must be shamed.
Dishonored.
No, that's Japanese.
I didn't.
It?
Yeah.
Talking about seppuku?
What
the deep voice. You
Sudoku?
shame your father.
What are
That's
the
Japanese.
What are the emotions that a
Chinese is
father
like,
feels?
you shaming your father. That's Chinese.
But they don't really feel it. They just kind of say it. That's what
It's
the
got
Chinese
racist
do.
really quick.
Yeah. But I love all races, though. That's the thing that's crazy
that's
about
why.
it.
That's why it's okay. That's why you get away with it. He says he doesn't even know what went wrong. He was supposed to have a 6. Is that? I think I hear something through the door because I know Psychic isn't inside. He was supposed to have a 6-month vacation. Is planning to visit you guys in America, but now everything's ruined.
Yo, Charlie Wang, yo, he's so disappointed his father, yo. Uh-oh, Mexican. Oh, yo, Charlie Wang, Robert. Uh-oh.
Robert, come back.
Didn't get into college. Hey, yo, I was uh-oh, Netherlands. Yo, uh-oh.
Give some advice to Charlie. What do you see?
Here you go. Don't work in Foxconn. Oh, there was an explosion. Oh, you got iPad.
15 suicides.
iPhone. 15 suicides. All right.
Breakdown. Okay.
All right.
I'm just taking the
That was
temperature
for
of the
you,
room
Charlie.
here. Something tells me that Psychic is getting an icy reception.
No, Psychic is he's hitting home runs. He's stronger than he's ever been.
So Charlie just wants to know that he's glad the podcast is getting better and better, and also more and more popular. I would argue with that, Charlie. Just want to let you guys know.
we're falling.
I've also been paying attention to you guys and to the podcast. Since I didn't get the vacation, I have to really work hard from now on, which means I might not. How could a kid this smart? He writes such articulate emails. Not write as much as I used to, but I'll always be a fan. Also, Justin's getting tired of old listeners writing in anyway, so you know what they say.
No, I don't.
Leave the chances to the new ones.
No, keep writing in. Don't worry about that.
By the way, I want to know Jackie and Justin's reaction. Ryan and Jackie's reactions when Justin told them they were going to be the co-hosts of GVP. Keep up the good work. Love the show.
Oh, you mean way back in the
Jackie,
day?
do you remember that fateful day when you got that
I
email
walked
from
in and
Justin?
said, "You're going to be."
Congratulations!
You've been
the next year
selected.
of your life will be a total nuisance.
Yeah, get ready. A weekly pain in the ass. Here's your golden ticket. No, I mean, I don't know. I asked them. I didn't present them
I
with.
think you sent it in an email, actually.
Maybe, yeah, but I didn't ask. I didn't tell you. I asked you, and you said, "Oh, yeah, okay."
Yeah.
Right?
I think that was my reaction.
Yeah.
Sure.
You could turn back
Yeah.
time. Huh, Jackie?
Completely like, oh, all right.
All right, one last email, and this one's teed up with some questions.
Okay. Are
normal
there any of them
email.
for Robert? We need to let's get Robert's take
We
on
got
this
just
one.
plenty
like to
of
watch.
questions.
Yeah. Let's get his take on this one. This will be
If Robert has any answers to these questions, please
chime
say
in.
them.
Jump in.
Hello, it's GVP. It's Greg Stefan. Another one of these old listeners who
Get
write
to the
in.
questions.
Yeah.
Weaseling back into the
Greg
fray.
Stepanakis. I keep coming off email, so I'm going to try this one more time. What are the details behind Jackie's visit to Ryan's house?
It went poorly.
Oh, it
That-
wasn't
it
even.
did.
It wasn't his house. It was his roommate's house.
Well, it's where he
Dan,
lives.
who's rich,
Uh-huh.
filthy rich.
Are you
How
gonna
does he
hook
know
up
that
with
you
Dan?
And
visited
Ryan
my
lives
house?
in the garage because of the
Was
picture
there-
you posted.
Oh,
It
but
said,
you were impressed by my garage, weren't
Was
you?
there a lot of
Remember?
smoky kisses?
Yes.
I almost made a move. I was showing Jackie my bedroom.
Did you?
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah,
this-
with your
yeah,
brother
this
in
close.
Abed
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the
yeah,
bedroom.
Swear to
That's
God?
a great
Yeah,
idea.
yeah, this close. I just
Yeah.
felt
Would you
it.
have, if he had made a move, Jackie?
I would have. It would have felt like acid was being poured on my skin.
But good acid or bad
Yeah,
acid?
yeah, like,
Bad acid.
and you would have like
bad
loved
in a
it.
good way?
It would have felt like
How
acid was
exciting.
being
I would
poured
have
in
been
your
really
loins.
bummed out if
Like,
that
But
happened.
Jackie,
kind
what
of,
if I-
kind
what
of
if-
painful
what if-
acid,
what
but
if I
also
made a
a
move?
little,
Oh, that's
like,
cool.
feeling
High five.
good
Yeah,
acid?
yeah,
like,
that's what I'm thinking.
like feeling bad in a
Oh
good
yeah,
way?
no, I get the vibe. Trust me.
Yeah, I can tell.
The
yeah,
harder
it was
she
tidy. It
fights-
was just
I should
the
say that these
pictures
two were making out before we started recording. It was a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, there was some over the clothes groping.
Yeah, the pictures in his room were sort of like the frames were from. You could tell they were from TJ Maxx or like Cost
Get
Plus.
the max for the minimum.
Oh, by the way, TJ Maxx. Oh no, that's Big Lots. Never mind. Continue.
Hey, this guy wants to know if we know any of the guys from the Super Ego podcast.
Yeah, we know.
Matt Gurley,
all of them.
Yeah,
Matt
yeah,
Gurley
yeah,
was
yeah.
in
Wait,
late-
do
he
you know
was,
the Super Ego podcast?
It sounds familiar.
Matt Gurley was Robot Dick in Laser Fart.
Yeah. We know all of them.
One of the best villains ever in Channel 101 history,
Yeah.
I think. And then who else? Jeff.
Robot Dick was pretty awesome.
Yeah. Oh my God. And performed like his acting.
Yeah.
Is what
Yeah.
made him so great. Like he's fucking great.
Yeah. My name is Robot Dick.
Yeah. Look it up, idiots.
I want rape.
Yeah.
That was the best.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah. But no, we know those guys. They're great.
Oh, so here's a question.
I
that does
actually
tie-
stole that line and put it in Battle Pope.
Are you serious?
I did indeed.
Oh man, did you
Whoa,
give
awesome.
a shout out or credit?
Nope.
Uh-oh. I think Dan Harmon's gonna have a lawsuit on his hands.
I
yeah.
re-dialogued the first issue of Battle Pope when we re-released it, and there was a guy with a woman in the alley, and he had a knife, and he was saying, "Give me the cash," which was a reference to Fifth Element.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, "That's a little dated," so I was like, "I'll reference something else." And so now he's saying, "I don't want money, I want rape."
Oh,
Nice.
that's awesome.
So, yeah.
Nice. I have that issue. That's great. I'll have to show Harmon.
Yeah, totally. Okay, so this is the last question because I think it ties in specifically to Robert. He says that he totally agrees with you about doing a live podcast. He thinks that it would be a social phobia nightmare.
Yes.
How is the Nerdist podcast?
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Is that live?
Yeah.
Well,
I
how
think
did the
so.
live crowd affect the vibe though? Like the actual, like the you guys talking and shooting the shit. Was it because like I have issues. I have like social
We
anxiety.
want to do a live show.
I have stage fright a
But-
little bit. Like
yeah.
I just feel like there's gonna be this like, you know, all right, monkey, dance for us. Blow us away, and the pressure is so high. I mean, you went there as a guest to just shoot the shit. So, but they're gonna be like, all right, we want to see, you know, characters. We want a smorgasbord of.
Well,
and,
no, I mean they're like human beings. Like they know not to talk when you're like doing stuff. Like they would laugh when the jokes were funny, and then you know they would ask questions, and that was really cool because you know they'd pop up and ask questions, and a lot of times it pertained to what we had been talking about for a while. It was a lot of fun, and then you know they did it at Meltdown, which was really cool, and the lighting was such that you could really only see the front row of people.
Oh, that's cool.
And so it wasn't really an issue of I'm
And they were
sitting
pretty
in front of
quiet
a bunch of people,
and-
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Was your chemistry with
camel
Chris
toe?
Hardwick and Jonah sparkling?
I think so. I think it went well. I don't know. You'd have to listen to it when it goes
I
up.
wanted to listen to it because now we did ours. I don't know which one's going to come out first.
Yeah, a lot of
I feel
overlap?
Very
A lot of
compet-
overlap
yeah, is
there?
Did we cover the same different enough territory? where
Oh
it's
yeah,
not-
yeah, definitely, yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I don't think we talked a lot about the Walking Dead show.
Yeah,
more
yeah, yeah.
on the Nerdist.
Okay.
thing,
Yeah.
So
Yeah, no, they're right. That's what people want to hear, right?
we
Probably.
didn't talk about comic book artists as much.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well,
Which,
that's my
I
fault.
don't mean that as a criticism. I think
It's
this
my
was awesome.
fault. All
Well,
right, so that's.
I think
There was no Eric Larson impression on the Nerdist podcast. But you guys should do a live one. That would
I don't
I
know.
think it'd
Maybe,
be fun.
maybe. Yeah. I think that we're heading down that road, but I don't think it'll be anytime soon.
Well, how long are we going to wait? We've been doing it for over a year.
Just give me a month. Just give me a month.
Maybe we'll do it at Meltdown.
I'll say that every month.
Justin's
Just give me
gonna
a
start
month.
working out.
You should do what I do.
What is that?
When there's something that like I get to ask to like do some kind of public speaking thing or something like that. No matter how much I don't want to do it, I just agree to do it without thinking about it.
And then you just put it out of your head until the day it happens.
yeah.
Have you ever freaked out?
That's a superpower.
Oh yeah. No, I had to do a public speaking thing in front of a bunch of retailers because they asked me to be a keynote speaker at some
Whoa.
retailing conference. people that run like comic shops and stuff. And I agreed to do it because it was like a prestigious thing. Like the guy that did it the year before me was the publisher at Marvel. And I was like, I can't say no to that. That's kind of cool. But the night before, because I hadn't prepared at all, and the night before I was like, I have to just talk.
Yeah.
I can get up in front of an audience and answer questions all day long.
No, you have to fucking do a speech
What
and
is this?
entertain people. Like,
The modern comic book shop.
It was terrible.
Is it a dinosaur going extinct, or is it
a
phoenix born anew in a digital
exactly.
age? Like that kind of shit?
No, well, I mean, I ended up like doing. It was a pretty.
or
like,
is it a cockroach
Surviving a nuclear winter.
surviving the obstacles?
Yeah, I mean, I told an anecdote, and it was I played up how nervous I was. As, like, part
Oh,
of
yeah,
the,
you have
like,
to
Oh, this
call
is
that.
awful,
That's an
and-
intimidating group. Those comic book retailers.
Or is it a string?
But they didn't notice. Like, I'm sure they thought you were fine, right? It's just you that thought.
They seemed to like it, but I watched. It was on. I think you can find it online somewhere.
You know what you should do? Next time you do it, you should do that speech, but just the whole hour speech should just be you saying, or is it a sphere? Round and glistening.
Just write 100 metaphors.
Yeah, like 100. Or is the comic industry a torch?
It won't be over until
Shining
everyone
bright.
gets up and leaves. Just keep going until the last
Or is it
person
someone
goes,
getting
okay.
up and leaving? Like you.
Sir.
Or is it someone glazing over in disinterest?
But anyway, so
Maybe.
Someone
my
napping.
advice to you is just agree to do a live podcast, schedule it, set up a venue,
And then
and do it,
and
and
then-
don't think about it. Like schedule it today.
Yeah,
Jesus
Justin, you're
Christ.
spontaneous, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, you're spontaneous, bro.
Because if
All
you
right.
wait until you want to do it, you'll never do it.
Yeah, you're right.
So guess what? Hands in.
Get ready for the worst episode of Grandma's Virginity podcast ever. The live one.
If this one had been done
so.
live, it would have been fine.
Yeah, maybe you're right.
Yeah. But it's like a science experiment. Like the observers affect the observees, et cetera, et cetera.
All right. Okay.
Anyway.
All right, everybody. That was episode 34 of the Grandma's Virginity podcast. Go on to iTunes and rate the show. I want to thank Robert Kirkman for sitting in. It was very
Robert,
delightful.
any plugs?
Capes. Buy it now.
Buy capes on trade paperback.
And watch The Walking Dead Season 2 in October on AMC. Does it premiere in October?
And watch The Walking Dead Season 2 on AMC in October.
And Season 1 you can buy on DVD?
Yeah, DVD. You can get that on Amazon or
Nice.
at your local
Blu-ray.
DVD.
Is it on
place.
Netflix?
I don't. It's on. I have no idea. I'm
Fuck that. You don't want it on
I'm pretty sure
Netflix.
it's not on Netflix.
Yeah, you don't want that
streaming.
shit.
You can get it off iTunes though.
You want people to have to fucking shell over their hard-earned money to buy
I
it
am usually parked at the corner of Sepulveda and Ventura, selling them out of the back of the pickup truck.
for a discounted.
And if you buy 2 copies, I will give you a free orange.
Nice. Yeah, that's all
And
right. you're-
advice how to break into comic book writing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And free
I'll do
advice.
that.
Also want to thank whose episode art? I've got good episode art. Is
Justin
it me?
Roiland. Yeah.
All right,
why
Justin
not?
Roiland did the episode
draw
art.
a Walking Dead.
I'm gonna draw a big
homage.
penis coming. No, I
Draw
wouldn't do that. I
Flooobers.
wouldn't.
Draw Flooobers like
Yeah.
with the whole Walking
Running.
Dead cast.
Can I have the original art?
yes,
Thanks to
if
Sam
you-
and Dean, our
yeah, Sam
producers.
and Dean.
Anybody else?
Yeah, download our the iPhone app.
Yeah,
thanks to Rob
Rob Banagali.
for that, and thanks for Jackie for sitting in this
Yeah,
week.
thank you, Jackie.
Shut up.
I didn't
And,
know there was an app.
How many
Yeah,
have you
good.
done
Oh, yeah.
now? A few?
This is wait, what?
We've
We've
Without
done
me?
one without you.
Just
Oh,
one.
yeah, yeah.
Just one.
Yeah.
But you know,
Wasn't
she's
the
coming.
same.
No,
Yeah.
it was fine. It was great. It was good. I mean, you know.
Justin and I couldn't make eye contact.
Yeah, but we
wasn't
seriously,
the
we
same.
really couldn't look at each other.
Did
was
it
really
already air
Drop?
or whatever?
weird.
No,
No,
not
we're gonna
yet.
put
It
it
has,
up.
but I know it wasn't the same, even without having
Yeah.
listened to it.
Yeah, it wasn't the same.
Join our Facebook page.
Oh,
write
yeah,
us
please.
emails,
Pigsarpeople.com.
and love us. Love us.
All right,
Ooh.
just vote for us online. All right, we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Vote for wait, I said vote for us online. I don't even know what I'm talking about. All right, good night.
That was episode 34, brah. Isn't Robert Kirkman a great guy? Please go and rate us on iTunes, Brett. Seriously. And send your emails to grandmasvirginity@gmail.com. Check out our website. Just go to www.gvpodcast.com. Thanks to Justin Roiland for this week's Flooberistic episode art. And don't forget to download our iPhone app, Brett. Don't be a dumb bum, Brett. It's completely free. Just search for Grandma's Virginity in the App Store. Thanks to Rob Benagali for that sweet-ass app. Follow us on Twitter at Grand's Virginity and come join us on Facebook. We're over at www.pigsarepeople.com. Why don't you join me on Facebook too while you're at it? I'm at www.facebook.com/bigvoiceoverfun. Alright then, I got some laundry to wet down, bruh. So go outside and play with your bad self. And we'll see you next time.